Congrats, Oregon State. No longer winless. Congratulations. And I thought you were going to blow it. Huh, you didn't disappoint. Hey, Spaz. I'm kidding. I'll roll the intro. Let's go.
Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of you. The After Dark Show is upon you. The After Dark Show is upon you. Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of you. Every week your team sucks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. A little overkill on the intro. I got it.
The AI Chevelle intro never gets old.
Hey.
The After Dark Show.
And it is what it is. Came out really good. Came out good, okay? All right. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the
game's all back together. Look at this, kids.
Almost. We're missing like 1 to 2 people, maybe. I think we'd have the full panel assembly back.
Yeah, we're missing Mike Ford. And
Oh, God. You get Mike on here and Moose.
Me and Mike would get into it. Yeah. For sure.
How about Prangley?
I got it. So we could get into that later, but we met up. Yeah, we did meet up at the game.
Oh, Tim went to Notre Dame?
Yeah, he went to the game.
He
Nice.
flew out? That's cool.
Well, that was a waste of money.
No, it wasn't. Oh,
What is
sorry.
going on, everyone? Welcome to the After Dark Show right here on the Quacking Off channel. So this is the national more weekend recap show. For those of you, this is not just about Ducks or anything like that. This is about all things college football, just so people don't forget or think this is just a Duck show. Do hit that like button, please, on the way in. It helps a lot. Do consider subscribing. And then, Spaz, you and I can be found on our Twitter link in the description of this video at Quacking Off CFB on X. But for those people who want to stalk a creepy man looking like Sean over here, Sean, where can you be found if they want to follow you?
Well, some of you guys already know, right? I see you guys in the chat. I see your messages. You send. I've gotten all of your packages as well. So
The Geico Caveman said he wants his costume back.
well, yeah, I already gave it back. Can't you see? Yeah, the caveman's. No, you go. Jackson will probably be a good gentleman and drop the links to my socials on there. And yeah, catch me here on the After Dark Show every week. I'm here every single time.
Love it. I've forgotten to do this at the intro, so I think it was a good rebound to like, hey, we got to bring that back. What about you, Will? What about you? Where can
You can
people
find me at
you?
Will MD. I'll be doing my weekly show with Jeffrey probably tomorrow. And then you can find me Marcus_Era on X. And if you want to look at my personal life, Klowski414 on Instagram.
Is that your OnlyFans?
No,
Yeah.
it's I mean, I barely post on Instagram anymore. Like sometimes I just do Instagram stories. That's really it.
Spaz, you got to get our Instagram rolling and our TikTok. Yeah, I've told you that's you. I'm not doing that. I'm not running that stuff.
I gotta play with TikTok.
It's like I am not doing that stuff. TikTok.
Maybe
hates me.
Jackson can
Not
help
doing it.
me figure out the TikTok. I'm not that great with.
Yeah, I suck at that thing.
Oh, hell no.
What did you do to the Chinese?
Yeah, offer me a little something first,
What did
man.
you do to the Chinese?
Like a little something, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I'm just kidding with you. But,
Straight up. At least he's upfront about it. He's like, well, I can, but you know.
It's gonna cost you a little something.
Yeah.
something.
Jackson, try giving the links to your socials in less than 3 minutes. Okay?
oh, there we go.
I'm
No
timing
problem.
it. I'm timing it.
I can do it in less than a minute. Well, of course, you can check me out on Alabama with the Voice College Football Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, where Jeffrey and I are hosting Crimson Tide Live Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. And you can check me out on Alabama Primetime Live Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. And the Alabama College Show is Jeffrey and I take your calls, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. And after every ball game on Saturday on Alabama Boys College Football, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979 on YouTube, where I'm 286 subs away from the magic number 1,000. And for more updates, what I've got going on Alabama Boys College Football, the Jacksonian, my appearances on Locked Out West Virginia with Mountaineer Paul, and the once twice week calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show. However long they're going to last before Feinbaum decides he's going to be the next center of Alabama. Check me out on Jacksonville CFP on X/Twitter and on Instagram and today. It's at Jackson Johnson 543 908.
That was time for Jackson. I think that was a record time. That's really good. That's a lot to put out.
Can we?
Well, I am
can we
doing
bring,
a lot here and there, but I'll be making sure to do a lot more.
can we bring Troy's comment up here for a second?
Yeah, it was there.
Okay, so I've never had veal before in my life, and I've seen it on a menu like twice.
It's delicious.
Okay, I hear about it all the time. I've heard of it like it's a mythological dish to me. I mean, it's just mystical. Is it because of like the animal cruelty thing? Why it's like not widely available? Like anytime you go to a 3 or 4 star restaurant.
I think it's like if you go to any restaurant, like you go to certain regions of the country, and everyone's like, you gotta try this, but you just never come across it. See, like you gotta go to like specialty restaurants, or like with veal, maybe like you gotta go to like a classier restaurant. Maybe it just depends on the part of the country. I've had it a few times in a restaurant. That's about it.
Oh my god, I saw that photo. Well, that's awesome, man. Like you and Tim hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what a waste of money that was. Now Tim's gonna magically appear. He hears his ears are burning. He's like, someone's talking.
He just
shit
landed
about
from LAX like 20 minutes ago. He texted me, so.
Oh man, he's making magic all over on LAFB.
Yeah.
USC LAFB network. Tune in for more.
You can't blame Tim. He was given a bunch of fool school the week before with by beating up on a patsy, and then they had to go and play a real football team.
That's true.
That's true.
At least they probably covered his airfare.
Yeah, they should.
Are we ready to get to the part where we can talk some shit on USC, or is that
we're almost there? We're almost there because I think there's going to be a mixture of that involved with this, because again, this show was very simplified earlier, and then today, Florida decided to make a move. Was that Spaz?
No.
Oh, I thought you were over here like, yeah. I was like,
no, I was basically just going to say we should give Tim a half an hour to get home. See if he'll jump.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying in this topic, though, we're going to have a little conversation because, again, I told you guys before this show, I said this was actually going to be about James Franklin going and talking about after his removal from Penn State, which I think had already been in the works because this wasn't the Northwestern game. This was a culmination of the Oregon game loss, then the UCLA loss. By the Northwestern game, it had already been decided for him. And so actually I was going to talk about that. But then today, Florida, after a win against a pretty decent Mississippi State team, a really revamped Mississippi State team at home, he won. Florida says, yeah, you're done. And I think the question is, did Penn State force Florida to make the move? Because now you've had another premier program in the sense of Penn State say, we'll buy out this coach and push Florida to do it too quickly so they can start getting their potential candidate that they want.
Well, yeah.
The thing that baffles me is these are big programs, both Florida and Penn State. And to fire these, maybe not so much Napier, because he's only been there, 3 years, 4 years?
He came in after the COVID 21. So this would be
I think
a
three and a half, right?
Since 2022.
But yet you've got a Franklin who had been there 12 years. For these major programs to fire a coach mid-season without having something else at least temporarily lined up seems kind of wonky to me, especially on the Penn State side. Because you had a guy in James Franklin who pulled you out of the freaking gutter of desperation, pedo hell, and brought you back to respectability at least.
Well, technically that was Bill O'Reilly, but
it kind of. I mean, O'Brien was there for such a short time.
I know, but I'm saying he really started it. Then Franklin really stabilized it. So I still give full credit to Franklin, but technically, Bill O'Brien, he's the one who really did kind of the dirty work at first. He was the one putting under the pressure there, but
I mean, well, here's the thing: Penn State fired a coach. They had to have had some idea that, like, the likelihood is the next coach won't be as good or as successful as he was, but they still just had to get rid of him. I mean, like, that's just. I mean, what are the chances? Do we have
the pressure of the fan base?
Well, I think it was just like the fatigue, the lethargy of going through the exact thing every single year.
I mean, Notre Dame fans were at the same point with Kelly, but like Kelly left on his own.
Right. Absolutely. But I mean, yeah, there was just a malaise, like a frustration with the stasis of the program.
I guess a good comparison to that. That's a great comparison, Will, is with Kelly. I think Spaz, the way we could compare it was if Mario hadn't left on his own, we would have been fine with firing him too, because it was the same crap every season that we saw from him. And that's why when he left, they said, okay, bye. Like, Oregon didn't fight to keep him. They were like, okay, cool, bye. Just like, whatever, it makes our life easier. Like, I guess that's a good comparison to with Kelly there, I guess, for Notre Dame. That's a good comparison. Jackson doesn't know anything about this. He's a spoiled college football fan over there. Except for last year. But yeah, no, I think this was in motion. This had to have been in motion immediately after the UCLA game. They were just trying to find donors to give the money up or to write somewhere in the contract. Someone said if he takes another job, which Franklin said he's ready to coach immediately, and he can find a job.
So in the buyout, it said that he had to find a job as an analyst or a coach, or they would sue him.
Well, something also it would help with the buyout or something like that. Was it
that was like part of his Franklin's contract?
Okay.
How is that legal? Okay, we're firing you, and you better find a job in the industry after we fire you, or we're going to sue you.
Or maybe he doesn't have to. If he does, maybe he can't take the full buyout or something like that. There's some sort of stipulation. I don't know. I'm not a legal expert.
But that's the other thing too, Sean. There's one thing you gotta remember. You're in the United States of America. You can get sued for anything.
Jackson is pulling really hard for the America clip, but that's not happening on this show.
For me, the best fit for Franklin seems to be Virginia Tech, I would say.
Well,
I think it's Florida. I think Florida should hire him soon.
But is Florida going to be happy?
I think Florida might hire Golash maybe from South Florida.
See, this is the interesting. This is the interesting thing right now. We talked about this earlier a couple weeks back. There's going to be a lot of really premium, high-profile jobs opening this year. We fully expect Wisconsin to be open. Probably Florida State, potentially Clemson. Who knows? There's a lot, and looking for the up and coming coaching candidate, like the hot names, I'm not seeing a lot. Like there just aren't many.
That's why with Florida firing Napier today, which again wasn't totally surprising. Minus that he did win yesterday. That kind of caught me off guard today.
Well, I was watching Andy and Ari, and they thought it was like it was planned to be after this week because of the bye week that they could get the interim head coach really settled in.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It caught me off guard though after he did get a win, an SEC win yesterday, again against a really revamped Mississippi State team. So that kind of caught me off guard because my notes here got thrown all out of whack because this brings up two different job positions. Let's start with Penn State because there have been multiple candidates that have been named as potentials, and Matt Rule then decided to shit the bed against Minnesota, so I think he's out. I don't think that's
I still think there's a chance because the Joe Pa donors and the big Joe Pa backers won him because he was a Penn Stater, like he played for them.
Yep,
that's fair. But
I think I don't think that would be the best hire.
That will not please anybody in that fan base.
Yeah.
Well, the other interesting one was, and I think that the problem with it is that he wasn't that liked, and he's not done good against rank opponents. He's 0-5, and that would be a certain Manny Diaz. Also, his head coaching resume is not exactly the greatest.
He's doing pretty well at Duke right now.
I know, but he hasn't beat a ranked team.
Here's one for you.
Here's
one for you. Does Penn State go back-to-back Vandy?
Oh, he's on my list. He's literally the second name on my list. Clark Lee.
It's not happening. I don't think Clark Lee is leaving Vanderbilt for anything. I really don't.
How about so I have two wild card picks.
Okay.
Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, was part of that 2015, 2016 staff. And I think he would bring a dynamic offense.
At Penn State, Will?
Yeah, he was at Penn State 2015, 2016. And Fran Brown, who's at Syracuse, is my second pick.
Yeah, Fran Brown's name's been tossed around a lot the last week.
I got another candidate for Penn State and Florida to fight each other over. Georgia Tech head coach Brent Key.
I don't know if he leaves though, but he is definitely
make him say no.
Yeah, I think he definitely is probably a candidate. I don't think Georgia Tech's really got the money or the interest to fight too hard for him.
I got the hot take of the night.
Caitlin
DeBoer.
Jeez, no, maybe. I like Jackson just said. I guess you got to make him say no. Let's put it that way. You got to make him say no. I do think I
don't think I want what you've been smoking, Spaz. I think there's a little something in your cigarettes, good buddy.
I think Brent Key is that's an interesting name, but he just seems to fit Georgia Tech. You know, like he's just like that guy that fits at Georgia Tech. The way he
played
things.
There too.
So if you're an alum, that's a hard reach to pull. You know what? Actually, I had someone even off the wall necessarily, not a bad way, not by any means, but there's a certain individual who was a relatively successle coach at a Power 5 team back in the day, and then he went to an announcing, and then he left the announcer table to go take over a trash program, and that trash program just beat the shit out of Boston College yesterday. I wonder who that could be.
Jimmy Mora, man.
Jim Mora. That's close to a Franklin for Penn State, and he's now proven he can take two really bad teams in UCLA and now UConn and put fight in them. It's an inch, and you could get him for cheap. You could probably get him for cheap. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't think Jim Moore has forgotten how to coach. But would that excite the fan base? That's the difference, That's kind of the big thing.
It wouldn't do it. I don't know if there is a move out there that could excite the fan base, other than like something completely unthinkable.
Gruden.
Oh,
Yeah, Urban, that would excite them. That's not happening.
No one wants to deal with either of the baggage on both sides, between Urban and his strip clubs and Penn State and everything. Yeah, I think they would just go, "No, we're good. Thank you."
I don't know.
Okay,
I
Florida.
can see Gruden.
Florida, Gruden. That's it. Gruden did come up. He's come up a few times, and he seems like he does kind of want to coach. But then again, I don't know.
I think Gruden's more of a fit on like him going to Ole Miss
Florida.
if Lane goes to Florida. Yeah, I think he would be a good fit at Ole Miss or Auburn if they fire Hugh Freeze.
Shit.
What
Like
about
those
Gruden
programs
at
wouldn't care
Florida?
about his baggage.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Florida,
Auburn,
because
God.
his Tampa ties.
I don't know. I mean, I think any college team that hires Gruden is just waiting for it to get their heart broken. And the guy's not.
North Carolina and Bill Belichick.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this guy. I don't think Gruden really understands what goes into being a head coach. I certainly don't think he would want to be a head coach in the new era, the era of.
He says he wants to be in. He says he's wanted to go into the SEC, but we'll see if he really does.
But see, Florida,
Perfect fit for him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because Florida, I think we all agree they have obviously a strong look at Jed Fish, even though it's not going so well this year right now. There's also they've talked about Drinkowitz. I'm like, why would he leave Missouri? Like he's in a good spot in Missouri too.
Yeah.
So
money, access to recruits, probably better resources at.
their NIL in Missouri is just fine. They've been doing really good with the NIL. So I don't.
But Florida's a better job. Like there's just no question about it. Florida.
Oh, it just depends. But it depends. There's so much more behind what's the better job because that's the thing. It's like, what do you want? Okay, resources, obviously money. The booster support, the fan base, the etc. You get all that, but then you got to look at what the person's family wants necessarily too. If that's if that's a scenario.
College football coaches are not human beings. They are robotic sociopaths.
They are psychopaths. Yes, they are absolutely. You have to be a psychopath to be a college football coach. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean. I think we can mostly remove any human concerns from the equation.
I divorce you before I get this new contract. You can have half of what I have left as I dump the rest in an offshore account. Good luck, bitch.
It's like yeah, sure, take half my money. I'm going to be working 90 hours a week and sleeping on a cot in my office anyway. So.
Is there some other good candidates? Because like with Florida especially, so they already went with Billy Napier. I know. Oh my God! Why do every time I think of his name, USF coach Golish, I always mispronounce it. Yeah, I always mispronounce it. Would they want to do that type of route again with a G5 coach?
Here's a guy that if you want to win with, he may not excite everybody because of lack of big name, but he's been getting shit done. Bob Chesney at James Madison. And here's another one. Montana State's Brent Vegan.
Montana State. Yeah, I think we were talking about him. He's probably going to go to Oregon State.
Right.
That seems like a good fit.
But like, why would you leave Montana State to go to Oregon State? Like, Montana State is legitimately a better program and a better team right now.
Because they're psychopaths. Obviously.
I mean,
we just covered this. We literally just covered this.
I know he can win national championships there in Billings.
Well, then let's break someone else's heart on this panel because another name that potentially is coming for both jobs, especially Penn State, certain Marcus Freeman.
That's Marcus's agent, just spreading chaos.
They got to call and make him say no, right? I guess
Yeah, I don't see Marcus Freeman leaving Notre Dame. I mean, he's in.
I don't know why you would. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I mean, again, to me, a lot of these decisions don't make sense outside of literally purely money. In some regards.
No, and I mean Freeman, he's built up like a crap load of goodwill. Like the fan base at Notre Dame like actually loves him. Like they really embrace him, which is a rare situation for like a power program coach to be at, where there's just really very little animosity, very little criticism in the moment. Now, I mean that can change in a year or two's time easily, but I mean. My goodness! I mean,
well, that's a good thing for Freeman. It's a good thing for Freeman. He's like Lanning. This is really his 3.5 years. 3.5 years in, and you've seen a progression in the program. So of course the fan base is going to love you right now.
Yeah,
of course.
Lanning's in the same situation right now. It's like you know, it's like a very rare Goldilocks situation for the coach.
So if they're not going to go potentially G5, which again I don't think the Florida fan base would be excited about that after the Napier situation. They could, I mean, of course they could strike gold. You don't know. There's a bunch of different head coaches. You got to call them, say no. Is there a coordinator that for the fan base of Florida and boosters will say, yeah, we want to take a shot with that guy, even if they've never been a head coach before? Like that's a tricky situation for Florida because it's like if they don't hit it right, they're just blowing money out the door, continuously, like nonstop.
I mean, you got Florida money. Who could you not get? I mean,
well, what do they owe Napier? They've got to owe him quite a bit.
$22 million, I think.
$22 million. Do they owe the staff any? Maybe we don't know that for sure. Because like Penn State, if they had to buy out, they're like $50 million. Just say $50 million, then they have a staff buyout.
$21 million.
21. That's not that just bad.
I was one off. They owe him. So I'm looking at this article from Sports Illustrated, and they have to pay him $10 million. That'll have to get paid out within 30 days. And then he gets 4 more annual payments of 12.5% of the remaining total, which is around $2.5 million a year through 2029. God damn, I'm in the wrong contract business.
I know, right? But then we were just brought up too, is now this confounds things because I think we all can agree potentially. I don't see this is a different situation though. I don't think Florida State can fire Norvell because I saw the estimate earlier to buy him and his staff out was like
$4 million.
I saw more than that.
Oh shit! How much?
I saw someone averaged it to literally to buy out everyone would be $100 million.
Oh my!
Remember
God.
They just redid the entire staff. You got Gus Malzahn to go from UCF, so you probably had to pay him a pretty penny. I don't. Florida State, like I think they are like just. Are they still paying Willie Taggart? By the way, does anyone know that?
I don't think so.
They're still paying Willie Taggart.
Oh my god, that is so bad. Like, oh my god.
I don't remember where I saw that number, but I literally that just struck me. I was
No. The final payment of Willie Taggart was in February 2024.
Oh, so they are finally done with Willie Taggart. Good job, Florida State. Good
Golf
job,
clap.
Florida State.
Oh man.
Get paid for a job you haven't been there in 7 or 8 years.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like some of these places where you'll almost be better off holding off on firing a coach, and maybe you have a better market. You'll owe less next year or whatever the contract is. Especially if you can like renegotiate a contract to keep them around next year and then fire them at a much lower buyout, and then you enter
like
probably a more favorable market to you'll pay less money, and then next year you're not fighting with 7 other like top tier programs to get head coaches.
Well, that's why Penn State I think triggered something because we had already had Virginia Tech, obviously UCLA, Oregon State, and then obviously Oklahoma State. And I think the ripple effect started then with Penn State going, this is now or never. And if they'd waited till the end of the season, I think his buyout would have dropped like $10 million, I think it was, something like that. Then that forced Florida to go, well, shit, now we got to go looking. And now you're seeing this huge ripple effect. So I'm wondering who's going to be next potentially to get rid of their coach. I'm really curious to see who it is, because
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin, I mean, I don't know how right now Wisconsin can pretend to be a serious program and bring back Luke Fickell right now at this point.
I'm going to say Auburn does it first.
Well, if Luke Fickell gets beat up as bad or worse than he did yesterday, next weekend, he's got to be canned.
Did you send me that? You sent me that thing. What was the line? Minus 32?
Minus 32 and a half.
At Oregon next week.
You have to bet your mortgage on Oregon to cover that spread. Wisconsin was saved by the fact that Ohio State is the slowest playing team in the country, just about. Like they take more time between snaps than anybody else. I mean, this was just an absolute bloodletting. Yeah, Michigan State might be looking for a head coach.
I think Smith has at least one more year.
Well,
there's a lot of talk in Corvallis right now.
Well, of course, in Corvallis, because they're salty Beaver fans. Of course, there's talk
that they might want to rekindle that friendship.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
Well, I'll tell you. There's issues right now. There's been basically no NIL drive at Michigan State. Their recruiting stinks. They get obliterated in the transfer portal every year under Smith. They just hemorrhage players. So I think he's a pretty good football coach, but he doesn't seem to have adjusted to the area very well, to the region. He doesn't have a really good connection. He doesn't have any sort of relationship, I don't think, with the boosters or the fan base. I mean, you basically never hear from him.
It does take him a few years, or really 3 to 4 years, to really get Oregon State rolling. So it does take him a little time to build the program the way he wants it to be. It does take some time.
Yeah, Oregon, yeah, absolutely. Like he wants to build a program and build it in kind of the way you did like in the 90s and early 2000s. And there's just no one has that kind of patience anymore.
How old is Mike Riley now?
Oh, he's got to be
70s, at least like 71.
Yeah, something like that. He probably looks
72.
What, 72? Yeah, he probably looks the exact same as he did when he was 42. Just gets out and walks and.
Well, he
smiles.
was coaching like not XFL, but the
UFL.
Yeah, he was coaching there for a couple of years.
I
saw this tweet earlier, and people are like, "You guys can post anything." It was like Ed Ogeron.
Yeah, I saw that on some of the Beaver sites too.
Oh. He would be a great fit in Corvallis. I tell you. That would be wonderful. Yeah. Have the Beavers build you a dam on the bayou. Yeah.
Go Beavs!
Oh yeah.
So Fickell is definitely on the hot seat. We know that. So Fickell, you're looking maybe Johnson Smith, and you said an interesting one. Hugh Freeze at Auburn. That's an interesting one. Auburn is kind of they're a picky program. If you're not, fulfilling things.
I wonder about Fickell at Oregon State. That would kind of be an interesting.
But they already did that with what's his name from Wisconsin before?
Gary Anderson.
There you go. Yeah, they already did that before.
Gary Anderson was at
Gary
Wisconsin.
Anderson's wife is mad at him for turning down that buyout.
And the sad part is Gary Anderson wasn't doing like a bad job at Wisconsin either. He was actually all right. Like
he just hated the Midwest, and he hated being at a program where people cared. So
oh my God, Les Miles.
He hated winning and still getting critical questions at the press conference. What the hell? We won. Why are you guys upset?
Yeah.
It's interesting because, again, then you've got all these other programs, though. So we've been talking Florida and Penn State because they're open. But then there's the team, and I still stand by my word. I swear to God, if UCLA doesn't remove the interim tag from the staff just to keep them on board for like a one-season test run, they're insane because they're just going to ruin themselves for another decade.
I'm sure that's got to be a given. I mean,
they beat Penn State. They destroyed Michigan State.
I just don't trust Martin Jarman to make the right decision.
Well, that's the problem. You can get this coaching staff for cheap, for absolute cheap. I mean, what is this whole coaching staff going to cost you? A couple $1 million?
I mean,
kudos
to Jim Skipper and Jerry's
Neuheisel.
What they're doing right now is almost 1980s Miracle on Ice equivalent. Just nobody expected this. Nobody.
I'll give some credit to Mike Loxley and Maryland too, just consistently finding ways to lose.
Loxley's another one. This might be his last year.
I think Loxley. I mean, as long as Malik Washington doesn't regress, I think Loxley's probably fine.
Oh yeah. He definitely he probably is safe, and he should be safe. But I'm just like, look at how close Maryland is to being 7-0. They're like 8 plays away from being undefeated right now.
I know, but every year it's just like the same thing, or then they just collapse after a great start. The one thing I do say, which doesn't matter, but it is Maryland, and Mike Loxley just genuinely comes across as a really nice guy. Like a really nice guy. When we played him last year, that was the first time I sat down and listened to a few of his press conferences, and I was like, you know what? I like this guy. I like this guy.
Yeah. When he's not punching his assistant coaches like he did at Mexico.
He didn't kick his kicker though, right?
He did not. I'm not aware of that.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Hey, Will, do you travel at all?
Not much.
What about playoff games?
Once I get more money, I'll try to go to playoff games.
I'm about to say like the most expensive games almost.
Yeah.
Some of those home game tickets you could actually get like the first round. Not all those tickets were real expensive. I think you could go to like the Penn State SMU game. I think you could get tickets for like $50.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just saw a posting earlier, and I was like, oh, that'd be interesting. First round matchup, Oregon and Notre Dame.
That would be fun.
Ooh, yeah.
I've seen Oregon and Ole Miss as mostly one of those two as the opponent.
That could be a shootout.
Mm.
By the way, speaking of Ole Miss, can we talk? What happened yesterday? What happened to this vaunted SEC defense that used to be a thing back in the day? What happened?
Well, it's not
Nobody
Ole
plays
Miss.
defense in the SEC anymore.
Well, it's not Ole Miss, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So don't be giving Georgia that much credit. Come on now. Now Ole Miss did collapse there in the last 5 minutes. They just collapsed, but.
Well, I'll tell you, the SEC clearly was not ready for vaunted Ferris State transfer in Grand Rapids, Michigan legend Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, from literally, yeah, like the guy literally played Division II football last year.
That was good, though. It was good, but
And he came in and he comes in as like a candidate for SEC Offensive Player of the Year now, or was a Heisman candidate going into yesterday.
I mean, does this? If you're a fan of either of these teams, of course, the loss sucks. The win is great, but it is like just an outside person looking into these teams. Does that type of performance, especially defensively, primarily, like send alarm bells going? I mean, really? You gave 38 points.
That game was nothing but alarm bells. Neither team looked. Neither one of those teams looked anything like a contender. I didn't think. I thought it was a sloppy, poorly undisciplined, poorly played game on both sides. That was exciting. It was intense.
There's a reason why Ole Miss has not gotten it done in Athens since 1996. They just don't do that well. I mean, they're a disaster on defense, obviously.
Give them
They had a
38 by Georgia,
10-point
though.
lead.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They collapsed, but giving up 38, even on Georgia's side, has got to be like,
What?
yikes. I mean, again, like you just said, this was a Division II quarterback.
Yes. And the other one is the other quarterback was something called Gunnar Stockton.
Uh-huh.
I believe that is a real person. I have not verified that at this point. I mean,
He reminds me a lot of Stetson.
we are in the AI world. Right? Gunnar Stockton just seems like someone, a make-up player character for a Georgia quarterback. Right?
It's a less sexy porn star name for a Georgia quarterback. I'm Gunner. Stop.
That sounds
Who the
like
hell
something
names
you
their
name-
kid Gunner?
I'm stocked in my Gunner.
You can see it all.
My
on
Gunner
Sean's
is all
OnlyFans.
full, all locked and loaded.
Oh my god! Like, I cannot imagine his pickup line where he just goes, "Hey baby, want to see my Stockton?" Oh man, that's nuts.
Want to see my Gunner?
Oh god.
Yeah. Talk to a couple girls, be like, girl, you can pass around my Gunner like Stockton. All right.
Someone has. I give approval for someone just to clip this segment to go worst pick.
This man!
There we go. That was perfect. But yeah, someone needs to clip this for the worst pickup line intros ever because these are awful, absolutely awful.
Oh, man.
Well, I guess let's stick with
Emotional damage!
Spaz. Not the appropriate time. Not the appropriate time. Spaz has control of the StreamYard, so I apologize to anyone who's even watching this. I apologize. Let's stick in the SEC then real quick because a game I did not get to watch, unfortunately, because once again, Saturday afternoon and evening was just had too many damn games. What happened to Tennessee, Jackson? What happened? I thought this was supposed to be a really good game.
That's what's wrong with Tennessee. They're showing the but on the bright side, we saw Xavier Brown returning the pick six for 98 yards to end the first half. My God, that was awesome. That was some third Saturday in October magic. And and if you tuned in to the Alabama Tennessee post game last night, I smoked one of these babies.
Oh, who sold you a cigar?
Some chick at Walmart.
Oh, you didn't go to the cigar shop in Tuscaloosa
Nah,
that Marty Smith was at?
No, I just took any old cigar. Really, it was like I didn't give a shit.
That actually turned out better than I was hoping. Just some chick at Walmart.
You think they have cigar shops in Alabama? Seriously?
Oh yeah,
They do. Did you
It
watch
is
Game
Wal-
Day? Marty Smith was that one.
yeah. It was a Walmart gas station.
It's even better. I mean, it's the same inside the store or the gas station, I guess. So
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know Walmart had gas stations.
Oh, they
You
do.
don't
They do.
yeah,
I'll have to sit. Yeah, because the post game show was fun last night because it was my first time ever that I smoked a cigar.
and you felt like shit afterwards, right?
No.
Oh, okay. After I smoke a cigar, I get to like half of one, and then I'm like, now I need a cigarette because it doesn't do anything for me. I still have dip pouches over here. I've had them for like a year.
That
I don't understand dipping. Like,
But these are the pouch. These are the pouches, not like
Those are what like most of my
don't-
friends that they all use pouches now.
I will not do regular dip. Regular dip is disgusting. But
I've
these
seen
are like,
people do a dip.
they're
where
like
they're-
pouches.
Yeah,
Those-
I don't understand that.
are those tobacco pouches or nicotine pouches?
Just
Yeah,
nicotine.
they're tobacco nicotine mix kind of pouches. It was for a long flight when I couldn't find the smoking section in Paris one day, and then I found it after I bought these, so I just kept them. I was like, well, I already bought them, I guess.
Because I gave the boss a heads up. I'd smoke that either me or the Tennessee guys at the Voice College Football would smoke a cigar. We got the okay for it because I mean it's like Thursday, Saturday, and October rivalries. I mean it's like you can go ahead and smoke a cigar.
So Tennessee sucks. Alabama's on the right trajectory. I guess that's what you're trying to get at.
But
Yeah.
Alabama does have to do better at stopping the run because like if we don't, then that's going to cost us in the playoffs.
Road games are Kalen DeBoer's Achilles heel.
You mean? Well, I think he's overcome that. That's more of a Josh Heupel situation because like Florida without because like Tennessee's gonna go to Gainesville and Florida will beat the living shit out of Tennessee. That's what's gonna happen.
With the new interim coaching, I don't see that happening.
Tennessee can't win on the road, save their lives, and they're gonna get ass blasted by Oklahoma. I think Diego Pavia is gonna have a hell of a time with that Tennessee defense. And Florida will wind up winning a tight one against Tennessee. I mean, that's just what I see with Florida, Tennessee. No. That was a cigar, Clint. If you want me to show that, I can show it.
That'll be an interesting game, though.
I don't think he needs proof here. I don't think he's doing a forensic audit on your.
I know.
That's blunt.
But
Well, then
Yeah,
I was gonna say, oh shit! See, these pouches, they've been in that case for so long. Now they're so strong they like immediately start kill me.
are you gonna puke, man?
Fucking kill me.
Oh my god.
What the
Why'd I start? Fuck, kill me.
what the hell?
It's just kill. It's
I'm
really
dying now. Oh, fuck.
killing me. Will talk about
Spit it out,
you.
don't
Talk about
belong to you.
Notre Dame and how no one wanted to win that game last night. Apparently,
I mean, the first half was just sloppy. It was sloppy. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck USC for wanting to
But
end
the
this
defense,
rivalry.
like I felt like Marcus and the staff, they had some good halftime adjustments, especially on defense. And I feel like the big turning. I mean, we ran on them whenever we wanted to. Honestly,
Oh,
like
fuck.
that's
That game was brutal.
yeah. So we
Did
just
you guys
committed
have
more to the
over
run for
400
the
yards
second
on the
half.
ground?
We committed more to the run in the second half. Jeremiah, well, how many rushing yards exactly did Jeremiah have?
280?
228 rushing yards on them. And Jadarian Price's field goal kickoff return for a touchdown, 100 yards, pretty much put the Irish up for good. And then, what do you guys think of Lincoln Riley's weird play call decisions, like that trick play in the rain to Lemon? That was nuts. That he called
That
that
is a
play.
man that is a man that's never going to lead USC to a playoff trip. It's just not going to happen.
And then and then on 4th and 1, like they try to do RPO on 4th and 1 instead of just running it up the middle. Like that was nuts.
Yeah, he makes some bizarre play calls, that's for sure.
But I mean, definitely not CJ Carr's best game, but hopefully he can shake it off and perform better in the playoffs.
Man, like, and that's that whole thing. And I guarantee you, if we don't see Notre Dame USC next season, and USC still goes 9-3 or 8-4, because like right now, some of the USC, because it's split between the USC base. Half of them is like, no, don't get rid of Notre Dame game, but we're happy to play a different day. Oh well, this, that, and the other. But then the other half is like, the hell with playing Notre Dame. But here's what's going to happen. After Jen Cohen and Lincoln Riley decided it's a good idea not to play the annual Notre Dame USC rivalry because it's going to destroy their chances of getting into playoffs. Well, here's what happens. You got a non-con schedule that's easy, and you still can't beat Illinois. You still choke against, a Penn State, and you get blistered by Indiana and Ohio State. That's not Notre Dame's fault, is it? Yeah. That's Jen Cohen's and Lincoln Riley's fault. And Lincoln Riley is the biggest dipshit in the world of college football for avoiding toughness. And we saw this.
I'm sorry, USC has actually scheduled real out of conference opponents in addition to their mandatory game against.
They have. But Jen Cohen.
No, but I mean, one thing is, there's something as a fan I kind of like USC going away from this annual rivalry. One, we can maybe see them play. We could maybe see a USC.
They're not going to schedule. They're going to schedule light in non-conference. I don't think they're going to schedule anyone tough.
Well, no, they'll schedule somebody tough. They always do. They try to. They literally they are still the only program that has never played an FCS team.
That's the whole point, that they don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, what Riley said, he doesn't want to do it anymore.
But I mean, more power to him. But I mean, it's not fair to USC to be always locked into this extremely tough out of conference.
Shit. Tough shit.
I mean, so is Florida and Florida State. I mean, they're usually tough.
Alabama, Auburn. I mean,
no, but Alabama, Auburn's a conference game. They don't have to play. I mean, that. If it's out of conference, you're at a if you have a major out of conference commitment, you're at a disadvantage to other programs that don't.
I mean, USC thinks they're gonna be like Indiana. That's not how this works. You're not Indiana. That's the thing, though, USC. You're not. I mean, Iowa manages to play Iowa State annually. Florida plays Florida.
You're comparing Notre Dame and Iowa State? Seriously?
I'm just saying USC should be wanting to play Notre Dame on an annual basis, and I'm hoping to God Netflix will save this rivalry because they now realize BoJack Horseman doesn't make the dollars and Maury the Hormone Monster doesn't make the dollars. So Notre Dame USC will make the money on Netflix. I mean, if you on Netflix, that's a good way to do it.
You have inspired a new campaign in me. I am going to email Netflix tomorrow and demand they bring back BoJack Horseman. Because
BoJack Horseman.
Oh.
Fuck him. He's a dipshit. BoJack's a dipshit. Notre Dame USC annually on Netflix.
Bring back Dave Chappelle.
Yes, bring back Dave Chappelle and make sure Notre Dame USC is on Netflix annually. That's what's. I mean, like USC.
But here's the thing. It might have been all part of USC's plan is to like threaten and play hardball in order to get like a ridiculous.
Austin, do you have the link?
I sent it in.
It's in the Young Guns Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, is there a possibility that USC just did this to leverage a ridiculous, like, exclusive broadcast rights deal for this game?
It could be a possibility, but as long as the game is on campus, I'm happy with it. I don't like the idea of it being in Mexico City or neutral site.
It's a disgrace that clean old fashioned hates in Mercedes Benz.
I know, right? I mean, it's all these people say, well, college football should be more like NFL. Like hearing that crap from Goodell saying that, oh, well, college football should be a little bit more like us. No, you don't. You don't need college football to be more like NFL.
Already is now.
I know. That's what sucks sometimes. Like, I hate that.
With everybody getting paid all this money and shit. But I do think with some of these nil deals, I was talking with Big Dave Ungalele a couple weeks ago, and he was saying how these nil deals now that these kids can get, if they're like, okay, yeah, you're going to be a first round pick, but they can make more money. 90% of them can make more money by coming back and signing another nil deal than they can with their on a rookie scale NFL deal.
Well,
So it's
I
going
didn't
to get
realize,
some of these kids.
I didn't realize it was that that the money was quite that good. But the
Yeah,
I mean,
because
think
there's a level. They're like a rookie QB can only make like, I think top is like 8 million.
yeah, something like that.
6,
Yeah,
8
I
million.
believe that's what Cam Ward's on. Something his salary this year is in the 8-point-something million.
There's a cap, then you get guarantees, and then you can get all of your other, revenue.
So
sources or whatever.
if I sign,
But it's probably definitely
if I
true
sign
for
a
guys,
deal with the school,
guys that are like mid-round. You know what I mean? Guys that are like third, fourth round picks, they probably can make.
if I sign a deal with the school, and then I sign a commercial deal with Joe's limo down the road and Burger King and Spotify, and I've got $4-3 million deals.
These kids are not getting that kind of money from these sponsors. I can guarantee you that.
The fuck there. Go back and listen to our show a couple weeks ago.
You get something though, where let's look at that. I mean, because that's one guy's not going to sign. A college kid on a team is not going to sign like 3 or 4 deals, but you get a deal with, like you just said, Burger King. You do a few. You do 3 or 4, but you do 3 or 4 regional ads, or like say Caleb Williams with Dr. Pepper years back.
Right.
You can still make some pretty money. Pretty money. Sure. I mean, so that's where you make up a lot of that revenue. I mean, look, firstly, I apologize about that. Yeah, these are going right in the trash. These things are garbage. I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
You're just growing soft, Ben.
I am glad that Notre Dame beat up on USC once again. I was happy to see that.
Yes, thank you for that, Will, too. Because I loved watching the glorious meltdowns of like Reign of Troy last night, and a couple others where it was like
Lincoln Riley, the biggest bitch dipshit in the world of college football.
And I love watching. I'm sorry if you don't follow. No offense to any of the USC fans in here. I see a few. If you don't follow some of these people on X, where they continue to say, "I see the progression. It's getting better," and then you see the reasonable fans going, it's never gotten.
I mean, they
better.
just have to pray that they keep this recruiting class together and that they don't get blown out by Oregon. They gotta at least stay competitive so that their guys don't flip to you.
Oh, that's a blackout night game at Oregon.
I mean, honestly, what
how it has to be.
USC needs is if they don't make it to the play, like 2026,
It better be.
2026 is looking like a get into CFP or you're fired. And
Possibly.
I'll say this much. If Wisconsin is going to be a 4 p.m. game, by God, USC better be a 5 p.m. game. In the dark, blackout.
USC and Washington will be at. We already said those will be night games. We're considering whether the Minnesota one will be also.
It's already set it to 6 o'clock. It's a Friday
that's
night.
right. That's right. So I said we could end on three night games. That's right. We talked about this. Yes. Yeah. Big O 0 championships. Yeah. You're 100% correct. 100% correct.
Yeah, but Oregon's tougher than than soft ass Lincoln Riley bitches.
And come closer a couple different times. A lot closer. So, I'm never
gonna let go what a bitch Lincoln Riley is.
What is what is Lincoln Riley? So last year it was still something like $80 million. So after this year, does it drop dramatically, or is it just increments of like 10 million?
Oh, it drops, I believe.
Does it drop a lot? Because that's a lot of. I mean, that's why they can't do it. It's because they can't afford it. I mean, that's
Jackson
a lot of money.
It.
Let's look at it.
But it was nuts. I mean, the fans were like really anti USC after like USC might cancel the rivalry. Their band came and they performed during halftime and they were just getting booed the whole time. I kind of felt bad for the band members, man. But they were getting.
Oh, and by the way, Will, I have openly promoted this and suggested it. If USC drops that game, Oregon and Notre Dame should pick up a rivalry. Not necessarily a traditional rivalry, but like a nice home and home series for like 4 years. That'd be the old versus the new. Could you imagine the chrome against the gold on the field?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, USC would be pissed. They would be.
Oh,
pissed.
they would. They would hate it. They would be so pissed off.
I'm just gonna sit there laughing.
Why would they be pissed off? It's like the whole reason we got out of this game was so that we didn't have a super tough non-conference.
Oh, I know, but then Oregon said, "Okay, you can't handle it. We'll do it."
Because it's like dumping your girlfriend or dumping your boyfriend for somewhat better, but then you see your ex doing better than you. That's why.
I come back and this is the chat now. This is what happens while I'm gone. This is what I come back to. It's fine.
See, here's the thing. As a fan of the blue blood as well, I'm happy that we're not like locked into playing another like a super tough out of conference game every year. It allows us. We can play a tough non-conference games every year, but we can play Texas 2 years in a row, and then Oklahoma, and then it can be USC.
We do that. We do that too with like A&M. We're gonna be playing Bama soon. That'll be fun. Texas.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but you're also not in a conference, so you don't have. They're not locked. I mean, you've got more flexibility than any other program.
Yeah,
that's why everybody hates Notre Dame so much because they wish they were Notre Dame
because they're scared.
There you go, Jackson. Penn State, they were trying to go independent, but they couldn't find that television deal. They had to join the Big Ten, and look at them, no national championships.
Ohio State's been doing their best to try to be like Notre Dame by not playing on conference championships.
Has Notre Dame ever been in a conference outside of the 2 years in the ACC?
No.
I caught
they
that,
actually wanted to go to the Big Ten, but Spaz, I would think you're old enough to know this, man. But I mean, they wanted to join the Big Ten, but the Big
Michigan
Ten
locked us out. Yeah.
Yep.
Sean gets
which was dumb.
Like the comment of the night. I think Sean gets a point for that. That was a good one. That was a good one. It's true. I think. How many times has Oregon even played Notre Dame? Is it just the once?
I think it's just the one.
No,
twice the bowl game.
Oh, okay. I was like, I need to look. I would have to look into that again. I mean, it's been a while.
Well,
If
then-
anything's before
then
like
Notre
90,
Dame-
85,
Notre Dame
I'm not
got
gonna
their
remember that
ass
shit.
whipped in the Fiesta Bowl by Oregon State.
Oh, that was with Dennis.
Yeah, that
Rodman.
was during the dark ages.
Oh,
All the
shit.
80s were
Only
dark
one
80s
game.
for Oregon. So
No, my mistake. 2 games. Yeah,
The two,
13 tie. 1976, where everybody went to the movies, was where Notre Dame won 41-0.
sounds about right.
Yeah, that was like
Sounds about right.
that defense was really good. I mean, everyone came back for that 77 season, and then once Dan Devine picked the right starting quarterback, that might have been the most dominant Irish team.
Oh, yeah.
The Montana team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Joe came back the next year without the defense, and he carried that team to a Cotton Bowl win with the
I could
chicken
see-
soup game.
Oh, excuses.
He's so far ahead in the chat already. Spaz is getting hot over here. USC making excuses, yeah.
Where's the real Tim Prank?
I mean, there are no holes. I mean, there are no holes for those running backs, man. I mean,
at least Tim is an honest
yeah.
USC fan
But-
who willingly will admit his team.
I mean, we'll
sucks.
see. I mean, USC has to take a big step next year with at least some of the freshmen contributing.
Will, do you remember the call-in episode on USC LAFB where Tim and Jamal got in that debate about USC Notre Dame, where Tim was for Notre Dame USC and Jamal's like, "Oh, why are we for?"
Yeah,
that?"
I called in right before. I kind of sparked that debate. Like I was going in hard on USC for that. I was like, Pete Carroll would never do this. John Robinson would never do this. John McKay, like they would never back out.
I'm so sick of
And
everyone.
then the next caller was like so mad at me. That was a crazy night.
I'm so sick of USC claiming John McKay when he was a Oregon running back.
He
and
wasn't.
good coach there. That's where he got his success. USC was just like a. Stop trying to steal John McKay's thunder from Oregon. All right.
USC is just where he won all of his
Oregon's
championships.
where he started, though.
Oh man,
Yeah. Okay. So Grand Valley State's where Brian Kelly started. He actually won championships at Grand Valley, though. So
Clint's not wrong here. Every year, all USC fans say, this is the year, one more year, we're almost there. And then 3 years later, yeah, we're there. We're going to be there now. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is not a dig directly at USC or like Tim or anything. I mean, it's just, but every year it's got to be tiring of hearing the same. Like this next year, we're going to take the step. This next year, we're going to take this, and then somehow it just doesn't happen, or it gets worse in some areas. Like every
We'll see
year.
how good BHT. Do you think that Maeva is going to come back, or will it be Longstreet's team next year? Because I'm curious to see.
Ooh,
Because I mean, they've only really used Longstreet as a runner, so we don't even know how good he can be.
is Maeva a sophomore or a junior?
He has
He's a red
1 year left if he wants to come back.
Okay,
I think he's a
okay.
redshirt junior, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
man, 2026. Like, oh yeah. Oh, now I see why you don't have Notre Dame, because you got to go to Indiana. You got Ohio State and Oregon come to your back. Oh my God! Like,
Yeah, I mean, USC, they have to win a big one
Indiana.
next year. They have
cannot-
to.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait for Indiana to beat their ass and Ohio State to beat their ass next year.
yeah.
But-
Like did you say
Yeah, muted.
Notre Dame?
Has
Notre Dame,
USC even sniffed a college football playoff or anything since the BCS era began?
Well,
I didn't think so.
I'm sorry, who Spaz?
USC.
They were
USC.
well,
No. USC's not been in the playoffs once.
but
I didn't
have
think so.
have they sniffed it? They lost that game to you that Pac-12
They did.
title.
They did in
Yeah.
2021 when they lost twice to Utah, and Utah took them out of the playoff.
2022.
2022.
That was
Sorry.
That got Ohio State into the playoffs. It was them.
That was
The
Cam Rising special.
Oh,
in
man.
those
Yeah,
games.
that was Caleb Williams playing on one leg in the second half.
Oh, okay, don't make
Yes.
excuses for
Did,
USC.
did,
Don't
did
make
he write
excuses
fuck
for
Utah
USC.
on his fingernails?
I'm
Yes,
not
yes.
going to make.
He did.
They scored like 46 points and still lost that game.
Shit.
So
Yeah.
That was Alex Grinch. That was the beginning of Alex Grinch.
If
Just
Caleb Williams thought he was doing a good job of representing the bad girl club, then he was doing a shit job at it. He ain't no fucking Amity boy.
Is this? Hold on, is this true? Hummus Hero. Someone Google this. Is this even legitimately true or close to real? Hummus Hero is just dropping random facts over here about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it true?
It is-
Okay.
that might be the nerdiest piece of trivia.
I was like,
in the
he's just dropping randomness over here.
any stream I've ever been on. I literally know. I have no point of reference to anything he's.
Yeah, he was
I
a
know
defensive
Stargate
back.
and I know I know the voice. So that's why I was like, hold on, is that true though? Or I was like, okay.
This is.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
I need to Google this, Hummus. You're dropping too much information on me to consider.
this is like. Yeah. Okay. So now I know who to take with me to my next and first Comic-Con.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. BHD. I'm sorry. I think Oregon joined the Big Ten late and then went undefeated and won the Big Ten
Yes.
last year. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
Because the day
You guys
Oregon
by national
Washington-
titles, championship, as meaningful bowl
the
games. You
day
guys
that Oregon Washington joined the Big Ten, that was my first time ever. I called in on From the Hawkeye Storm. Then I talked with Mark Rogers on Voice College Football. Then I talked with Tim, Tony, and Rick on the Pac-12 chat show.
That's good times.
That was a Friday.
And sorry, Clint is in the now you're here to fight. Come on, they just went on like a 20-minute rant while I was outside spitting my brains out.
That was more of me going on a session about Lincoln Riley and Jim Cohen.
this is what I would do if I was USC and I had the power to do it.
Okay.
Fire Riley and promote Lynn, and then hire a competent offensive coordinator that doesn't get too cute all the time.
There you go.
Chip
But
Kelly.
it's not if it's not because it's Riley calling the play still.
Chip Kelly, because he's going to want out of Vegas. He's going to wish he didn't leave Ohio State. What an idiot.
Yeah, I would hire Chip or someone.
I could not understand. I mean, I had no idea what that was about. Like you're leaving the most like a place where you're going to have a talent advantage, 90%, like a massive talent advantage.
Where you have a chance to go back-to-back legitimate national title, and you're going to leave?
Because he's always been wanting to go back to the NFL. You know that. He doesn't have to deal with anything in the NFL. He just plays call. He just
That's true.
He doesn't deal with shit in the NFL. He's not the head coach. He doesn't have to deal with all that. He just calls plays.
Pete Carroll be disappointed in USC.
And in all fact, I'm sorry, Jordan Fight. Hello. That Oklahoma State game this year, I'm sorry, 8 years ago when it was scheduled, that would have been a hell of a game. Just because Oregon is getting every coach they play fired is not their fault.
Well, I don't think USC is going to be a blackout.
And I just want to say, like, how ironic is it? Chip Kelly was known for sort of introducing extremely high tempo to college football. And now his protege, Ryan Day, plays the slowest brand of football, slowest football in the entire country.
Chip Kelly changed after he got out of the NFL. When he went to UCLA, he started doing more pro style slow down huddle. He changed his philosophy and his scheme quite a bit. Because in the NFL, he was still trying to run the hurry up. But guys that have been in the NFL for 8-9 years, they were dying. I watched that first Eagles game he coached against the Redskins. Yes, they're still the Redskins. Get the fuck over it. And
Thank you.
they were gassed. They were gassed.
Gosh,
by
I'm so
halftime.
mad about that game tonight. But that's not going to take my happiness away from the Irish winning.
What game is that there, buddy? The Redskin
I
game
am
today?
watching.
Oh, poor feller.
Can I give a shout out too, though, while Clint, especially while Clint is in here, because he'll appreciate this, because I never want to talk badly about. I gave a little props to the Beavers for getting their first win. Can we give a little shout out to Washington State? Even though they have lost their last 2 games, they've lost both of those games by a combined 6 points, both on the road at Ole Miss and at Virginia.
That's pretty good. Those guys on Virginia, they almost fell for the older women. Maybe they like the older women.
Just for you, Will.
Older women.
Boo. No, you guys kicked our butt.
I wanted to give a shout out to Washington State, because I didn't realize that maybe they had escalated. Now I know they got a good coach out of the FCS. I can't think of what his name is for some reason. I have their name. I have Voorhees. That's our quarterback, I think, stuck in my head, or whatever it is. But to go on and lose by 3 at Ole Miss, and then 2 at Virginia in back-to-back weeks that's actually pretty impressive. That's a lot of travel back to back, and you took both those teams to the brink. So
hey, since Clint is here, now we should give a proper congratulations, Clint. You and your Beavers won a game last night. You didn't beav it away.
Trojan fans, whoever the ACC schedules us to play at that time. We played Louisville in 2023 and lost.
So I just want to say, Oregon State was trailing at halftime.
they were. I thought they were going to lose.
That would have been really rough for the Beavers to lose to Lafayette.
Against Lafayette.
It was 13-10 at halftime, and then the Beavers decided they were benching Murphy.
Does anybody on this panel have any idea where Lafayette is?
It's in Pennsylvania. I think. I know where
Indiana
Lehigh is. I don't know where Lafayette is, but I know that's a big rivalry up in Pennsylvania.
They're in Easton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Easton.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Big,
I was like, I figured it was Indiana or
Easton area?
Pennsylvania.
Are they in Easton?
They are in Easton.
Yeah, because that's on the way to Hershey. I passed that.
Here's the story.
The Patriot League is basically like the MAC and
they're Ivy League Junior. That's what Tony Altimore always called them, Ivy League Junior, because they're good schools, but they're not good enough.
Tony who?
Altimore.
Tony who?
Altimore.
Shut up, Bill. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Tony and I'd never seen eye to eye.
I know. I still talk to Tony a couple times a year.
Last night,
one of the 5 colleges in Philly, Easton is not.
It's not in Philly. Yeah.
It's like 1.5 away.
He means a regional area of Philly or something like that. I don't know.
One thing is, there's a lot more than
there's
5
like
colleges.
100 schools in the regional area of Philly, it seems like.
Okay. For the non-Ivy League, how about that specifically? Okay, how about that?
But like you've got Temple, Villanova, Drexel.
Well, Villanova's technically not in Philly. It's close though.
So here's the funny story on last night's game. Oregon State's interim coach at halftime has an interview, and he says he's going to give his team a few words. And he goes into the locker room. They come out. They put Murphy in for one series. He goes 3 and out. They yank him. They put in Johnson, and the rest of the game is 35-0. They run for over 200 yards on the ground in the second half alone, and just eat Lafayette up. And now they paid $1.5 million for Murphy, and now he's gone halfway through the year because he ain't playing another snap at Corvallis. Guarantee after last night.
I still don't understand why he went
you
for
worked for Oregon State, right?
What's that?
You worked for Oregon State, right?
Yeah, at one point.
Oh, okay. But were you always a Duck fan, or were you an Oregon
Yeah.
State fan too?
I've always been a Duck fan, but I've
Spaz,
worked at both
Spaz
schools.
pimps himself out for like a couple bucks here and there. You know?
I've done security.
I'm sorry,
both
scores
schools.
himself out, not pimps. He's not in control of anything.
Oh God! Like if Pam and come out, they'd be like,
No. He'll dress up as the husky. If someone pays like
That might
$60.
be too far. That might be too far.
No, we got in trouble as security for wearing duck gear on the bus to the Beaver Stadium. We got told we had to switch gear. We couldn't wear our duck gear on campus.
Drexel was also in Philly.
I don't know if they call him the Philly Five for a reason or not.
I hate that they don't play that
The
everybody
Big
doesn't
Five.
play each other annually anymore in the Philly.
Well, they
Five.
do a little tournament, right?
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel. Wait a minute. Maybe Temple could join the Big East in basketball. That'd be nice.
Temple should at least go back to the A-10.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What should Temple do in football? Should they join the Patriot League?
They should just go indie. I mean, I don't know.
Like they'll become an independent in football, Temple.
Yeah.
Go get a goddamn conference, Notre Dame, for once in your life.
The University of Cosby.
They should join everyone's favorite university, Merrimack, as an
Oh
FCS.
God!
No,
Oh,
Merrimack is
fuck.
dead to me because they never got back to me last season. I contacted them 3 different times to come and talk about their team on our show, and so they're dead to me. They're absolutely dead to me. I hope that football program implodes. Absolutely implodes. The stadium sinks into a pit and just disappears into hell and brimstone.
By the way, does anybody on this panel have Erica's email? We need to email Erica for the Iowa Hawkeye Week.
I have her on Twitter.
Okay.
I can message her. Or she can help us get Corey, maybe.
Yeah,
Corey
maybe
Bravo.
her and Corey both could come on.
Yeah, we could probably land that for Iowa week. Because we're working on Wisconsin this week for
And
guests.
I haven't heard back from any of the Wisconsin bums.
Yeah, I hit up Locked On Badgers. Haven't heard
None
back
of
from them.
You guys.
So speaking of, was it?
I don't. Maybe hit up Jay Sorgi, but I don't know if he follows the team that much anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, we're
on Instagram. He's
Didn't
not
Sorgi?
anymore.
probably disappeared. It's hard to get in touch with people sometimes. We're trying to set all that stuff up. But talking about earlier, we were talking about the coaching candidates, right, and coaching searches, and we brought up a certain coach. Can we also give a round of applause for the first time since 1950, 6-1 Vanderbilt?
Mm-hmm. Brian,
I don't think we really talked about them, but yeah.
Brian Kelly lost his last 2 games to his former defensive coordinators with Elko and Lee, and he might lose to Elko again this week.
If they lose to Texas A&M and Baton Rouge, it'll be the first time since 1994, and I am going to be laughing like a jackass when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
This was a game I watched yesterday, and that was actually a pretty good game.
That's a fun game.
That was a pretty good game.
Brian Kelly about to make LSU's pockets hurt soon. Oh man.
Yeah, Clarkley's got it going down there. I mean, that's all I can
They
say.
run like a triple option on steroids. That's what I've heard it called.
It is in a way because it just has so many quarterback design, draw, and pitch movements. So it's like a full RPO, but with a little bit of wing and triple option, kind of like mixed in. Little, they've got like they do a different formation. They kind of really make you think about it. And then with a guy who can run like Pavia, you have to be like ready to defend every lane possible. And LSU was not doing it yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, like just being like, it's really tough. And I think for SEC, because they want to like just sort of bully you and man you.
Yeah.
I in college football, I think, especially like these power programs with these 4 and 5 star athletes, they want to show out, they want to ball out. And Vanderbilt's like, okay, there's going to be a lane open, a gap open, if you're not going to have any integrity and discipline to defend this. You're just going to try to like make plays every time. Okay, we'll just exploit this. You know, so it's it is kind of like the that wishbone or whatever on steroids, because especially with these, you can implement these RPOs into the new wishbone system right now, because hey, you know what? If you're not going to defend us horizontally, we'll just beat you vertically in the passing game. And if you're not going to, if you can't contain lanes, or you're going to play too soft, you know, we'll just get 5 yards on you at a time.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, like, it's gimmicky as hell. I really don't know how this is going to last, and I think I kind of have a feeling like Clark Lee, if he were to get like a Penn State job like that, and this might be a reason why I just don't think he's ever going to leave, because I don't think this kind of football is going to play well at a Blue Blood, but it's working to hell right now. I mean, it's just insanely productive.
I think after Pavia leaves, I think he's going to have to adjust the offense. I think Pavia is what runs this style specifically this style of offense for them. Once he's gone, if he doesn't have that guy that can do it, he's going to have to adjust the offense. Then what happens and how it works is interesting to see.
Yeah. Once you don't have a 28-year-old quarterback who's been playing college football for 10 years.
He's the same age as him. He's the same age as me. Him and also Haynes King as well is also
every year. Everyone just the long-term quarterbacks just get like a year older. Every year it was like, Bo Nix is 25, Dylan Gabriel's 26, now Bobby is 28. You know, like come on, people. Let's. I mean, he is probably like 26 though.
Trojan fight. I will say this. Trojan fight. I will say, Dallas Wilson, you can come home now. Portal's open.
Dallas Wilson is not going back to Oregon. He stayed at Florida, I think, because he wanted to be close to home. He realized that. So I don't think it's happening. But I saw that tweet earlier. That team is going to fall apart, just like every team does when a coach gets fired. Their that recruiting class for the next year or two, at least the second year.
Okay, we're an hour and a half, and we've been on USC and Notre Dame
because USC is a hot button topic, and we love talking shit about them. Why not?
What about our favorite?
I have to listen to them talk shit about the Ducks all the time, so I will shit all over USC if I want to for now.
What about our favorite shit on?
We talked about Alabama, Tennessee. We talked about Oregon State, Lafayette.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we forget about an Ohio State team that beat the hell out of a miserable Wisconsin team? Did we forget?
Yeah. There's nothing
They
to
didn't
say
even
there.
play.
That was just gum to shoe. Like,
just. I mean, literally, the line was 25.5, and I thought that was the easiest line to ever hit, because how was Wisconsin, like, legitimately on what universe? How were they ever going to score in this game?
And then their other quarterback got hurt.
It would have been like something stupid, like a fumbled snap, and then they get a field goal.
What are they down to? A linebacker playing quarterback now next week at Oregon?
You realize now that Hunter Simmons at Wisconsin, who played 4 years at Southern Illinois, has now started more games at Wisconsin than he did Southern Illinois.
That's funny.
That is.
Didn't he get hurt? Didn't he get hurt in the Ohio State game?
He did. And they brought in apparently Danny O'Neil, who was the second quarterback. They went to. He was the guy who came in when Edwards was hurt. Apparently, he was healthy enough to play. I didn't even realize he was. But yeah, so I don't know the extent to Hunter Simmons' injury, and I don't care because Wisconsin's a bad team.
Isn't this guy gone from last year? This was last year, right? This guy came in last.
No,
Billy Edwards.
Billy Edwards.
Edwards.
He's
Edwards.
hurt.
Edwards. There it is.
Yeah.
He's hurt.
Billy the Kid.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
It hasn't worked out. It has not worked out that well.
He got hurt in the first game, sat out, came back like 2 weeks later and got hurt again, and he's just
It has not worked very well.
no. He's worked out even less well than Tanner Mordecai and Tyler Van Dyke.
Way to name drop. Name drop those ones. I mean, this is why we're not talking. We're not talking about. Me and Spaz talked about Oregon enough after last night because after you again overdo a team, outwell the team by 550 yards, basically.
I heard from a couple people that were there at the game that said, "Check this out: Rutgers' band was playing Oregon's fight."
There is a video of that. There is a video of Rutgers band playing the Oregon fight song. There is
late
a video.
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that is some ultimate cuck behavior. I swear.
There is. Well, they were probably like, "Please lay off. Please call off the dogs right now," because Oregon could have scored 100 if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But they pulled off. So I saw that. I saw that video, Spaz. I saw that. I was like, "Is this AI?" I was like, "This can't be true."
No.
I saw the video.
So that's where I was figuring with Oregon giving like 31, 32, like throw everything on them because Oregon, unlike Ohio State, actually tries to score a ton of points when they can.
And it was only that line was only 17.5 yesterday.
Wait, 17.5?
Yes, sir.
It was. Yeah,
minus 17.5. Wisconsin's at 30, opened at 32.5 this morning.
Wait, I think you said it was okay. The line, what line was only 17.5? Oh, the Rutgers.
Yes.
I got you. Yeah. So that's
that's why Wisconsin now has opened up so heavily at home to go.
But I mean.
Especially with Wisconsin on like their third string quarterback. Makes sense. I just saw this pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this pop up.
Where you been, Dave? We've been here all year.
Not all season. We haven't been here
all season. Yeah, we've been here since late August.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was like August 15th.
Oh, I'm doing the Alabama channel tomorrow, Dave.
It was mutual, Dave.
No, not really.
Well, kind of.
We'll just leave it at that. Not really, but here we are, Dave. Welcome in to the Quack channel.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, Dave. We appreciate you. It's so good to see you. We've been looking for trying to get everyone, some of the old viewers back because obviously Hummus Hero is here. I left last week before they popped in, so it's good to see them. I don't want to be like ignoring of them. Then what else do we have? Because we were talking about another coaching maybe change. Because I know Clemson's on the backup quarterback, but Clemson was that?
We talked about Mike Norvell tonight.
Well, oh my God, that's yeah. Well, oh, you know what? I was gonna do Clemson, but fuck that. Fuck that. Can we talk about the Fighting Miamis and the Fighting Cristobal's?
Oh, they suck. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which Spaz can I
I don't know why we didn't just blitz him more like Louisville did. We should have won. We should have won both of our games we lost.
Spaz, can I also make up a tweet here, comment? Not make up one, but kind of recite one I saw earlier. I don't have it in front of me right now. It was don't worry, Miami will bounce back. I mean, who's their next opponent? Stanford. They're like, oh shit, never mind. Stanford's just gonna wreck their day.
Well, this
Man,
bad
Stanford
season.
always ruins someone's year, even when they're bad like they are now. They always ruin someone's year. Last year it was Louisville.
And this year it's already now Florida State like crushed it
Yeah.
basically, and now they can really wreck Miami.
And
Welcome to
Syracuse
the
17.
introduction finally of Stanford for the rest of the nation to know that a bad Stanford team will ruin your day any day of the week. Because
It is hilarious that like Florida State was like suing the ACC for adding Stanford, and then they lost because they thought they didn't
Yeah.
care about football, and,
Well-
and then they lost to Stanford.
I like Exhibit A in week 1 doesn't matter. Is going to like forever be. Look at 2025 Alabama, Florida State. Like, look at this. Alabama's right here cruising. Like kicking butt. They're likely going to make the playoffs. They might win the national title.
Yeah.
And Florida State just fell into a pile of dung heap after this game. They're 0-4. 0-4 in the ACC right now.
Mike Norvell's on an 11-game conference losing streak.
So I do have a serious question about this. Why can all these Florida teams get so bad?
Do Florida players just have a history of quitting when times get tough or something? Do you think it's something in the water in Florida?
Preparation.
No, come on, let's go with the obvious. It's other brands are national, NIL now especially, and a lot of kids now can go, oh, I don't have to stay close to home, and they want to leave. So, I mean, that's why Oregon can pull it. Dallas Wilson out of Florida and others. Now, I know he went back to Florida because he wanted to be close to his family because of those things. But, I mean, you have teams that can nationally pull players now because they have NIL, and they can compete, and they don't have to worry about it. And when a team like Florida, and I know Florida State had a good couple of years, but teams like Florida, who have been on downward trajectory for multiple seasons, can now go, Florida, I can make the same and go to Oregon, and they're going to be a winning team, and they produce NFL people. I know Florida does too still. I'm not saying they don't.
They've got way better weed out there.
Oh, it's not that dank. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I'm on like a. I gotta behave myself about talking about drugs. So I gotta behave myself online talking about drugs. Otherwise, yeah. Okay, we won't get into that. But I gotta behave myself on that stuff. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. Okay.
You guys have seen? Wait, no, we won't talk. We won't talk. We can talk about this after the show. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Wait, what is this? Hold on, I didn't read it. I don't know, Clint. Never been, never seen it. Don't care. Falling trees do have a tendency to cause destruction on the way to the ground. That is true. Stanford loves just wrecking everything in their path. Ooh, this is a good one, Clint. Holy War.
I didn't see any of this.
I didn't see it.
I
'cause
saw
This
I
is
was
a good
bit
game.
of
24-21 BYU.
Man, that was a great game. I mean, BYU showing us that they are the class of the Big 12.
Hey. Shut your mouth. There are other teams in the Big 12, all right?
Are you talking about Cincinnati?
I am talking about the University of Cincinnati Bearcats.
Cincinnati
All
gonna
right,
get
you
the
are
fuck beat
disqualified from the show completely. No, the Holy War. This was an interesting one. I did watch the highlights again. There were too many games on the same time that we had our post game where I couldn't pay attention to every game. So I got on it, looked at it. You got to give BYU credit defensively, but if you look at it overall, these were equally matched teams. What it really came down to was a couple penalties and then more fourth down stops for BYU. So you got to credit their defense in getting those stops. Man, it's just the Holy War. This is what you want to see out of the Holy War. Is like a 3-point game. This is exactly what you want to see.
The thing I just love about the Holy War from past is just seeing how crazy completely sober people can get. Like that is the whole,
what is this word? What is this sober word you're spewing? What is this hate speech?
I mean, I don't have any experience with it myself personally, but I'm an observer and an admirer.
Don't they say? Oh wait, no. I was like, wait, no, that's BYU. I was like, Utah does. I was like, yeah, no, definitely BYU does not sell alcohol at their stadium. They just have to go in all lit and try to hold on.
They don't sell alcohol in their state. I mean,
that's not true. I've been in Utah. That's not true.
It's just very low percentage they're allowed to sell, right?
No. They have very tight restrictions. I mean, you can get actual like.
Yeah, it's different. They have like stricter times of like liquor store openings and closures,
and everything's closed on Sundays.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, which is not uncommon. There are states where things are closed or not for sale on Sundays.
You have to apply for a special exemptions to stay open till, and they're not necessarily rubber stamped. But no, there's some. I'm aware that there are some freakier parts of SLC.
Yeah, the big noon kickoff was at the Holy War, and I tuned in at the end kind of because I was kind of watching game day and it back and forth, and it was Cosmo did the magic dive into I guess the holy water blow up inflatable pool or something like that, and I was like, oh, that must suck. He like belly flopped in that bitch. I was like, oh god, no thanks, I'm good.
And then what's his name? The Mark Ingram took what's his name and suplexed him into it.
Oh, there were like five mic systems destroyed, like headset mic systems destroyed in that pool yesterday.
Was it Matt Leinart? Is the other guy I think that's on that show?
Yeah, Matt Leinart. There were, but 3 of them went in the pool. So I was like, there's at least 3 to 4 systems that were destroyed yesterday.
Do you have to have a Heisman to be on that show? Because I think Woodson's on that show too, right? Is that
no Woodson?
No, Brady.
Oh, yeah,
I mean Brady's on it there. Brady Quinn.
He's on coverage.
Okay. So you don't have to have done anything in college to go on there.
I mean, I was too young, but Brady was a stud in college.
Shots fired at Brady Quinn. Just randomly Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn's biggest accomplishment was giving up his sister to AJ.
I felt that is awful for Brady.
Oh, that is.
But he is very involved with the program still, and he's very involved in fundraising. So
that's true because he was getting he was getting sacked in the game by AJ Hawk or whatever, and they had to watch it or something like that.
And Brady Quinn's sister was wearing like a split jersey or something in the stands.
Is that who AJ Hawk married?
Yes, I actually think they're divorced now. I'm not sure. I don't want to. I don't know if I should. In the end,
I remember
that they divorced.
Story.
Yeah. What? But they did definitely marry.
Yeah, they did marry.
Yeah, I was like, I remember that story about them. Yeah, sacking him like in the game. Like I think it was like 3 times or something like that because it was brutal or something like that. And they were like, "That's gonna be your brother-in-law." Something like that.
One of those times she actually like seemed like, I mean, she looked like concerned, like. She gave a look of like panic on her face when like
Dave. Come on, Dave. Really? Not
He is not wrong.
Yeah, I was like, he's not
at
wrong.
all.
And I was like, really? Now I can't unsee it, but he's not wrong.
Also, another weird family dynamic is Whit Weeks dating Lane Kiffin's daughter. That was interesting. That was interesting.
Wait, who's dating Lane Kiffin's daughter?
Whit Weeks for LSU linebacker.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just looking on my phone. The LSU's got another injury, and it's on offensive tackle. Their left
And then like
tackle-
Lane Kiffin in the press conference was like, yeah, like she like fucked the shit out of him like the night before or something like that, and like took credit for it.
I kind of doubt he said exactly that.
It was
'Cause I
something
think-
like that.
I think
so.
it was either
That-
late
that
the game or
probably-
you're not getting any tonight.
That probably would have gone a little more viral.
I think I know what he's talking about though. I think
Yeah,
I
he
remember
did say
something, but
something
it was
about
not that. It
like
was
that.
not that vulgar
Yeah.
or straightforward. But yeah, I think I did see something about that. I don't pay attention to every Lane Kiffin comment. There's too many to keep track of most of the time. So, but it's not unheard of. Obviously, you have this cross team and cross school dating stuff. But so it gets interesting when it gets brought up though, because it's like, rivalries.
Yeah, especially with the Brady Quinn thing, because Brady Quinn, AJ Hawk thing, because Brady Quinn's from Columbus, Ohio, so it's not like that unusual.
Thomas thinks they're still. Well, he says they're still married. So okay, I'll go with that.
I know like Brady Quinn's like quarterback, his like coach like played for Ohio State and Cooper. So I forgot the guy's name. But.
Yeah. Let's we were gonna bring it up. We talked Miami. Well, not really. We didn't really talk about Miami. We got kind of sidetracked there. But Mario Cristobal sucks ass, and Dabo Sweeney, he sucks ass also.
Greg Fry, that was his name. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the old Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, he was Brady Quinn's like personal quarterback coach.
Okay.
But Dabo Sweeney sucks ass too, and Clemson sucks.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Have we seen a worse initial preseason top 10 to what it looks like in week 8 than we have before? Because it's abysmal to look at who was ranked, and now you look at it, you're like, yikes.
Well, the easy thing is to say Penn State right now, but you can also say Florida State last year. They were a top 10 team.
Well, I know, but this
And
year you got
Clemson.
Penn State, you got Penn
three of them.
State, you got Penn State, Texas, Clemson. Immediately, all of them out. Now Texas just kind of got back in, but Clemson's still unranked. You know, Florida State's been out, and
Texas did just like absolutely pants the number of 5 or 6 team in the country last year.
No.
You want to talk about the most delusional fan base?
They just barely beat Kentucky.
No,
They
but
beat
last
Kentucky in 3 overtimes.
Yeah.
Last week they beat Oklahoma by like 20 or something like that. Right?
Oklahoma was out.
With an injured Napier though, but
yeah. So I'm gonna give Oklahoma a little credit. I'll give both teams credit on it, but Texas has not been good.
I was
They
talking
only
about
scored like 22 points too. They only scored like 22 points. It's not like
I
they're
was
like
talking about this
40.
with John and TJ yesterday on the Michigan Washington post game show. They were talking about Aiden Child punting at one point against Indiana, and how John Napier punted with. And I was talking about also because they want to know if there was a quarterback the last time prior to yesterday that punted, and ironically. Yesterday was the day where
it happened fairly regularly. They used to be fairly frequent. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, yesterday was basically the day that 2 quarterbacks were punting at one point. Like, Napier punted with 4 minutes left in the game against South Carolina. And Aiden Childs punted at one point against Indiana. But, I mean, that just goes to show you how terrible Michigan State was against Indiana.
Aiden Childs has punted a few times over his
there
career.
are quarterbacks that do the pooch punt. There are multiple quarterbacks over the years that have
The
done
pooch
that.
punt, yeah.
That's not unheard of.
It used to be like something I think they taught like every quarterback, like tried to be like a little bit sufficient at it.
They kind of
Which I-
I've kind of gotten away from it a little ways, at least in the way they used to do it, where they like stand there and then the quarterback will take like the 4 steps back all of a sudden, like quickly get the snap and pooch on it. So I don't know if they've changed it a little bit how they do it. I haven't seen one in a little while from a quarterback myself, but I know they still do it.
Yeah, I mean it's rarer than it used to be, but it still happens. I legitimately I think it's dumb.
The only reason Napier is playing right now is because Brett Venables is trying to save his job.
Which I don't. I think this season is proving that he's actually gonna probably be okay as long as he's in contention for an SEC championship appearance or something like that. At least I think they'd be like, all right, we got the improvement that we wanted to see. So,
the fuck are you eating, dude?
He is eating crack, I believe. Once again, drugs are bad, kids. Okay, look at this is what happens if you're on drugs.
Pork rind.
And that's called pork rinds laced with cocaine.
That shit's bad for you, man.
I mean, like I think pork rinds.
Pork rinds are good.
They are good. They can be good. Chicharrones and pork rinds, all that stuff, all the same thing basically to me. I'm white.
Yep.
But Sam would smack me upside the head and be like, punta.
So we started this. We started this show by like talking about veal and how I don't see it that often. I mean pork rinds I've never seen sold outside of a gas station ever.
You got to go to the South. That's why, because they're in every grocery store.
We have them all over up here, baby.
I've never seen or tasted pork rinds that didn't make me like gag. So.
Are you calling yourself a supremacist?
I am exercising my elitism guard.
Mine are hot and spicy. I prefer hot and spicy.
See, we couldn't do this. We couldn't do this on the other network, Dave. Couldn't do this on the other network. Now, here we are, full-fledged.
We'd get in trouble for half the dialogue we do.
I'd get angry text messages and emails. Who do we need to shit on really quickly around? There were a lot of good,
Texas Tech.
games yesterday.
Texas Tech. Dilly.
Texas Tech is a hard one to like. For me personally, I think we should talk about the game because it does shift the balance of power to a degree in the Big 12 right now currently. But it's hard to shit on Texas Tech on the road without their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And to me, it puts Arizona State right back in the picture where they were last year. They're a solid team. Kenny Dillingham has those guys rolling. He really does.
And honestly, like anybody that was that surprised by that result yesterday just wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. Because Arizona State, a much different team with a healthy Sam Leavitt than they are without him. I mean, like it's just such a drastic difference.
Yeah.
And Texas Tech, and like
it's not the same without Morton.
No, well, I think that's a little bit different because I think the backup what's his name? Will
is it like Morehouse or some shit like that? Let me double check. I was watching this game a bit yesterday.
Texas Tech has a very talented, very good backup quarterback.
Yeah, I was like, let me double check. I feel bad not knowing his name. I feel bad. No, wasn't it? Was it Hammond?
Yes, Will Hammond.
Yeah, Will Hammond. That's what it was. That's why I was like, this is not right. I had to double check that. Yeah, Will Hammond. Thank you.
Yeah, so it was like that kid. That I've seen that kid play a bit this year. He's good. He's talented. I don't think the drop off with Texas Tech is as significant as Arizona State.
Arizona State is still finding their way a bit without.
They did also lose with a fully healthy against Mississippi State.
No, yeah. Well, I'm not saying without Leavitt, because obviously without Leavitt, it's a big difference for them. But they're still trying to find their way without their running back from last year. Yeah, thank you. My mind just went blank there for a second. But you could see a difference this year in their style of how they're doing things because they just don't have that kind of guy running the ball for him like last year. And I think that's been a little more pressure on Levitt to do everything. But they're still a good team. I'm not saying they're not a good team. But obviously, not having the starter for Texas Tech yesterday was, not ideal on the road.
No. I mean, but I think Texas Tech is probably still the class of this league. I think they're going to. I mean, it kind of feels like they're going to be the ones, because I just think they're the strongest up front on both sides of the ball in the entire league.
Well, other teams have fallen apart or not done what I think was expected this season coming in, like a Kansas State, or what you maybe thought people thought they might get out of Colorado. Kansas is kind of hit and miss. So arguably, Houston's actually been pretty decent, but I don't think they could still hold up against your kind of your top 2 or 3 teams in Tech, Arizona State, for Utah, BYU. I still don't think I don't think they'll hold up against those teams.
Where is Cincinnati in this mix? Because they've actually beaten good like teams that were projected to be near the top of the.
Well, you saw the thumbnail for the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't fit. They didn't fit on screen. They're already in the dumpster.
They're already in the wait. They lost their first game by a field goal.
Well, that's Nebraska. Remember, Minnesota sacked Nebraska 9 times, so that's not going to say much for Cincinnati. I give them the props on that one, but I don't know where does Cincinnati rank in the Big 12 right now? If we look at the standings, where does Cincinnati rank?
I mean, they're tied for first because they haven't won any games.
Let me see.
I mean, they did beat a pitiful Oklahoma State team.
Well, everyone beats Oklahoma State outside UT Martin. Ouch. Or UT Martin.
That doesn't mean a whole lot, but I mean,
let me see. Let me see. Cincinnati. They have Cincinnati. They right now, by ESPN Big 12 standings, Cincinnati's number 2 because they are 6-1 overall and 4-0 in conference. They're right behind BYU.
And they've beaten Iowa State, Kansas, UCF, like teams that were kind of expected to be contending this year.
This is this is true. Cincinnati did beat Iowa State, which Iowa State was obviously a heavy favorite coming into the season. So I'll give them credit for that. I kind of forgot that they did beat Iowa State, so I will give them credit for that. I will give them credit.
Yep, and no one needs to apologize more than the man on our lower left screen right now, who has spent the last 2 years just taking a dump on Scott Satterfield's head. And that was one Jackson.
Is it this guy? This one?
No.
That guy. Scott Satterfield can never get it done.
I believe Jackson once said Scott Satterfield. I believe he said
they're never going to get a thing done as long as they have Scott Satterfield as their head coach.
I also believe he said Scott Satterfield, if he actually wins and has a winning record, I will suck his dick. Well, Scott Satterfield is waiting. Scott Satterfield is waiting.
Hey, we have it on tape right now. And don't you go accusing that of being AI either. We can verify.
This is a problem. This is a problem, everyone. Internet's a bitch. You're recorded forever. Will's like, man, shit. So hot. Oh God, the cocaine is clicking in. Look at it. It's hitting. It is hitting hard.
Oh damn! He lost his brain cells.
So I did want to make a point on this. Yeah, we talked about Minnesota having 9 sacks. Yeah, pull up Dave's quote here. Yeah, this has been a major issue for Nebraska the entire time. Dylan Raiola plays himself into so many of these sacks. Like,
Will
it's
Nebraska ever get good again? I mean, this was supposed to be the year. I mean, every year is supposed to be the year for them, but
Dylan Raviola.
He's got this problem where, like you said, he just walks into the sacks, but his O line's not helping. But he holds the ball too long. He doesn't step up in the pocket. He doesn't read the field great, and then his receivers are not helping either. I think all around, it's like a trifecta of fucking.
And it's even worse than that. A lot of times in the pocket, he takes like 9, 11 step drops. Like, he drops so fucking far back in the pocket. I mean, like, these guys, these edge rushers don't even have an angle to rush, have to like bend. They don't, like, they just got to appear upfield. Like, they've got the best angle. He puts his O lineman just like out to dry all the time. He's done it over and over.
Hey, you know, one good one we could talk about is next week, game day is going to be in Nashville.
That'll be the first time since 2008 that game day's in Vanderbilt.
Yeah, for Vanderbilt, Missouri.
Yeah, the last time game day went to Vanderbilt was October 4th, 2008, when Vanderbilt won 14-13 against Auburn, and it was on ESPN. Brent Musburger and Kirk Herbstreit were on the call for that one.
I miss Brent Musburger.
I know.
So wait. What, Vanderbilt was doing that in 2008?
You don't remember when they started out 5-0, but then ended the regular season in a 1-6 stretch, but then won their ball game against.
I think that's 2000.
Cutler?
I think that's 2005, not 2008.
No, that was 2008. That was 2008. I mean, yeah, because Vanderbilt was unbeaten that year until they lost to Mississippi State on some piece of shit network.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I don't remember Vanderbilt being any good ever until like Franklin was there.
That I forgot. Like, Boston College was the Music City opponent on New Year's Eve for the.
That was right after Matt Ryan.
Yep, the year after.
And in all fairness, after Franklin, Derek Mason had like one okay season at Vandy. I think they played.
Up until Franklin, they won
No.
or
You're right. I'm just saying Derek Mason had like one good year, and that was like the shootout bowl game against Baylor, I think it was.
No one's gonna know that shit. Not even people from Memphis. Well, I watched the damn game on ESPN itself. That's what I remember about, because it was after Alabama.
Obviously, Jackson's never done drugs because he can still remember shit from 20 years ago.
17 years ago.
Yeah. Dave clearly indulges because he did not know that Vanderbilt's not in Memphis. It's in Nashville.
You know, one of the things I really want to talk about more than anything on this show is this disgusting rhetoric of these delusional Texas fans still giving excuses for that horrible, god-awful quarterback named Arch Manning. The guy is the shit of all shitters. My God, Jackson can play better quarterback than he could. This guy is terrible. Yesterday against a dreadful Kentucky team, he goes 12 of 27 for 130 yards. They barely get 200 yards of offense as a team. And somehow they have to go overtime and kick a field goal because Kentucky misses a field goal and they barely beat Kentucky. Just abysmal. Week after week after week. This kid is the shits. Steve Sarkisian, where the hell is Alabama Sark at? because you never called games like this in Alabama. What are you doing to the Texas fan base? You've got them all delusionally whacked out. They're so obsessed with this kid, and you're afraid to put him on the bench for 5 minutes. Wake up, Sarkisian. Wake up.
Oh man.
I can't disagree.
Over.
I can't disagree with the thing you just said. This has gone on like this is way too.
I'm just laughing from passing out there for 2 minutes.
I mean, this is extra right now. I mean, Texas just can't do, and Texas has a.
They can't even run the ball.
They've got they've got an outstanding defense.
Oh,
There are 2 elite defenses in this country.
that's too funny.
They've got one of them.
Yeah, one of my Texas friends posted on Twitter after the game last night. He says, Texas has a national championship defense with a barely bowl eligible offense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why they're going to.
Actually, that was quoted from Texas alum Sam Macho.
I mean, it's going. It would take way Texas offense is going. It would take like a national championship defense to make the team bowl eligible. That's what it would. That's this.
And Texas fans are still going, well, I don't like Sark's play calling here and there, but we're still winning. We're right there. We just got to give Arch a little more time.
You lost to a school that just fired their coach.
Yeah. But they still think they're on the edge of getting into the playoffs.
They probably are. Like that's the thing. Like they're still definitely in contention. But like you're just going to have to see like massive improvement.
Oh, they have to win out. Like that's the thing. They have to beat Mississippi State. They have to beat Vanderbilt. They have to beat Georgia, Arkansas, and Texas A&M.
There's no way they're going through that gauntlet with this team. No way. There's just
They're cooked.
You're not going to win at Georgia and at Mississippi. You're going to be lucky to beat Mississippi State next week. And then you got to play Vandy. Yeah. They'll be lucky to finish 8-4.
Oh, I don't have controls of the sets here, Clint. I'm not on my StreamYard or a Voice College Football StreamYard. That's
There you go, Clint.
Now play the drug one, please.
Oh boy, you can get me in trouble.
Drug. Drugs. Look out, drug train coming through. Who wants some drugs?
Oh my god.
Then we got my favorite 7-Eleven.
Thank y'all. Come again.
Will, you got one you want to request for Spaz?
I can't think of anything right at the moment. I mean, oh brother, this guy stinks is a good one.
Oh, do we have that one in here? I don't think so.
Oh, shit.
Oh, here we go. Everybody's favorite man.
Give it all you got to fight to the top, so we can know your story. Now you're a man. Now you're a man.
How about
How about we like not
I saw
continue with
that. I saw that. was walking back in, and I was like, "What?"
I
is
told
happening?
Spaz like I'll take the blade. I told Spaz to play the drug ones.
You people are terrible.
Shut up, bitch.
You people are terrible. We can't bleed this my channel over into this channel too much, otherwise people will get confused. Are you? Did you guys finish shitting on Arch Manning already? I'm surprised.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
wow.
laughing my ass off from
it's
spazzing out. It was just so funny. He spazzed out big time over that.
So I just I want to know who the preseason Heisman lists were and how everyone's doing. How's Cade Klubnik and Drew Aller? Are they going to be in New York?
No.
No.
It's
Drew
Arch
Aller's
Manning.
having a leg
No.
operation.
Yeah, he had his ankle surgery, so he's out for quite, at least most of the year, if not all of it. Klubnik obviously is injured right now, and it's not been good. And
We
Arch Manning,
forgot to talk about our opening topic.
I'll tell you right now.
Topic, Ben.
What was
Go
your
ahead.
opening topic?
The James Franklin interview.
well, we kind of did briefly, but the Heisman right now is obviously, oh God, it's definitely. I think you would have to argue right now. It's still Mendoza, Moore, and
Ty Simpson.
Sayan's probably somewhere in there. I'm not sure where Julian Sayan is.
Ty Simpson.
He's got it.
Ty Simpson, yeah, he's definitely in there. I think definitely.
Fernando Mendoza's in the Heisman.
Yeah, Mendoza's definitely there. He's definitely there.
Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and Diego Pavia are definitely top three.
Yeah, Pavia is definitely in there
Pavia is
somewhere.
not. Dante Moore's higher than Pavia.
Yeah.
Higher maybe, but they're in there. They're in the top. Like you say, you top like 10. Definitely, they're all in there.
Oh,
Definitely.
really?
Here's the thing. I think Pavia just has the riz of all those candidates to elevate it.
He did do the Heisman pose this last game after he did a run and touchdown. He did the Heisman
Oh
pose.
my god! Like, Spaz, like the session on that was my favorite Spaz moment right there.
Did he at least put up the ranting with Spasm?
No, I don't have that. I
Y'all
forgot.
should call it spazzing out with Spaz. Like that would be a good.
That's too much spazzing. That's too much spazzing. YouTube might find that offensive.
Well, now I wouldn't say that. I mean, I mean that'd be like a classic. That like you can put that shit on TikTok, man.
Well, if he runs TikTok, then
Yeah, I got to start doing some.
There we
of
go.
this.
There we go. That could be his special for TikToks. How about that? That could be his specialty.
There you go.
He can just go
Spazzing
rant
out
by
with
himself.
Spaz.
He doesn't need my
All
approval
right,
for that.
big noon, Saturday, UCLA, Indiana. Can UCLA win 4 in a row in honor of fighting for Coach Foster, who they shit canned, and now can the Fighting New Heisels beat Indiana in Bloomington?
No.
Sir Tim Skipper's
Oh,
their head
no.
coach.
Yeah. Skipper's the
So,
Yeah, but I
so
said fighting for their honor of the old.
I do have an interesting question about Tim Skipper was a head coach at Fresno State, and he was a miserable failure in that spot. Are they going to give Tim Skipper this job at UCLA just based off of like an emotional hot, like a crack high of a couple wins?
I mean, if they go in and beat Indiana and Bloomington,
That's not happening.
Yeah, they're not going.
It ain't happening.
What if? So now they've won 3 in a row. They beat Penn State. They beat Michigan State on the road. They beat Maryland. I know they have to do a kind of late comeback. But what if they went into Indiana and made it like they lost by 10 in the fourth quarter? That would be. I mean, I would be looking at this staff and what they're doing and going, we could build off of this because it's better than anything you saw from Deshaun Foster.
But how low of a standard is that? You're UCLA. I mean, you're one of the top public universities in the country.
Well,
This is
No,
like you're USC.
Hey.
You deserve better than Lincoln Riley, but they fucking owe him $80 million. They're
Oh, yeah.
trash. What are you
Austin.
talking about?
And I
But
made a
Lincoln
bet
Riley,
last.
when he was hired, was a legit. He was a prodigy. Tim Skipper is not any. I mean, he
Calling
would
Lincoln
not.
Riley a prodigy is you gotta stop sucking that dick. Like there was no prodigy about him. Sorry, from an outsider perspective.
Wait. So I mean, building. I mean, he had like the Heisman Trophy winner the last 2 years. He had built the.
Good job. And what happened when he got to a meaningful game? He got his ass kicked.
But it was very clear, like he had a bright football mind. Like he was considered for a long time like one of the best offensive minds in the.
And so was Chip Kelly. He never won a national title.
But no one ever has at Oregon. Literally, no one's ever won a national
No, I
championship.
know, but I'm saying you're just saying, oh, he was a great offensive mind. It's like, well, that's great, but and Chip Kelly got a lot closer than Lincoln Riley ever has. So, I mean,
But when
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley when Lincoln Riley was hired, like every USC fan had to have been elated when that was the decision. Like that's like, oh, that's the best we could have done, for sure.
I know Trojan. I know they lost in overtime to Georgia, but I'm just saying, the point is,
Oh, Dave was mentioning about me being
I think it's a
$100.
bad
That,
Wait,
that's because
that was when they had like a marginal defense.
last night, Austin and I made a $100 bet one another where it's if UCLA wins out, I give him $100. But if UCLA doesn't win out, I think I get $100. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's the case. But you'll definitely have to go back and look at last night's foul whistle.
I believe you said that went to Riley's buyout fund.
Oh, I didn't even decide where the $100 go to yet.
Hey, you guys want to talk about upset and team to shit on? This is the one right here.
Ooh.
Memphis.
Oh,
Undefeated has
Oh,
an
yeah.
open lock into the college football playoffs. All they got to do is win out. UAB fires Trent Dilfer in the middle of the week and hires former ESPN, rest in peace, Chris Mortensen's son, who had never coached before, as their interim head coach, and he knocks off undefeated Memphis. Like 23.5 underdog.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Memphis
I mean, what can
blew
you
their
say?
shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, and
Gone.
they still can get there because with one loss they'll still get into the American championship game, probably against USF. But that was bad. I mean, that was inexplicable.
Hey,
I
let's
didn't
not forget
even know
about the
Memphis was
Fighting
undefeated.
Midshipmen. They're still undefeated, guys.
Cool.
Yeah. There was no reason you should know anything about Memphis this year. They haven't done anything. But
Do you guys play Navy this year again, Will?
Yep.
I thought you did. You play them every year, right?
Yeah.
They played Navy for like how many years in a row has it been?
Well, they've been playing every year since before World War II.
Yeah, at least since World War II.
You're talking 80 years at least.
Yep.
Well,
Navy
85.
saved their ass.
Since
saved-
1927.
Okay,
Yeah.
so even longer. So not like
Oh,
basically almost
oh,
98
say
years
that-
with this year.
They've got to play next year at least because that would be the 100th year in a row.
Uh-huh.
Well, COVID, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
2020 was- yeah.
That always has an asterisk next to it in certain ways, for when you come to like
Yeah.
rivalry
But-
disruptions.
See, you got to play 2 more years and just say we played 100 straight years
Yeah.
instead of 1.
I'm disappointed in myself. I don't think I've watched a Navy game this year. I am actually
I
disappointed.
haven't
in myself.
either, which is sad.
Navy's unbeaten too. I mean, they probably haven't played anybody at all.
Yeah, I'm actually, but I'm
Hey,
disappointed.
Air Force.
Pete Hagstaff I saw in the post game presser with.
I believe Notre Dame, Michigan.
I'm sorry, Sean. I believe that is the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Let's use proper titles. Let's use proper titles here, okay? All right. Let's show a little respect to the Secretary of War.
And what about the Fighting Belichick's in North Carolina?
Bellies or beards in that locker room.
Oh.
What?
They had Cal on the ropes, and he drops the ball 6 inches short of the goal line, and
Who is it?
loses another game.
He's talking about the piss poor experiment of North Carolina
Fighting
and Bill
Belichick's.
Belichick.
Okay.
And I feel bad for their quarterback Lopez after doing a comeback there at Cal, and their receiver, like 6 inches before the goal line to take control of the game by like 3 or 4, he fumbles the ball, and Cal recovers for a touchback.
We did back out. Kelly backed out of the Michigan yearly. But I know Marcus has talked about wanting to face Michigan and make that yearly again a couple times, but I don't know.
That'd be fun. That would be fun to get that back. But
You're never going to make Michigan and USC yearly ever again. I hate to break it to you. That's just never happening.
Shit. Not if they put my ass in charge in the scheduling department. Shit. Make Josh Pate the commissioner and have him put my ass in the scheduling department. I will make that shit happen.
But as the Bill Belichick, this was like a 1 year thing, wasn't it? The whole plan was 1 year. It had to have been. That was the whole idea. That's why he got his son Steve to come from Washington to be the DC, who hasn't been great, but he was in the lineup to basically take over.
Yeah. I'm still always going to be amused by that tweet that says Steve Belichick to become University of Washington, D.C. That one?
I don't know. I just don't know what UNC was doing with this whole thing. It just didn't make any. It made zero sense. In the sense of publicity, it was like cool, but it just never made any sense. Like, had you made Bill Belichick like, say, your player of personnel or something like that, director of personnel or something, you could have been like, okay, he's like a liaison or whatever for recruiting or something like that. Even though he has no recruiting experience, at least it would have been like he's just a representative.
No, they gave that job to Lombardi.
Well, I'm just, you know what I mean, though. That would have like made sense. Bill Belichick as a college head coach when he never coached college just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Then he has his, crazy squirter girlfriend. Allegedly, don't sue me, Bill Belichick. Don't sue me. Or is she his wife now? I don't know. I don't care. But
hey, let's talk about the greatest Heisman quarterback. Here's another rant.
If Bill did go for the co-eds, he picked a good school to go to.
True. Okay, hold on. Spaz, let me do this. Let me get this right. Let's get this correct, Spaz, okay? God damn. Do it right, Spaz. If you're going to do it right.
I know.
There you go.
All right. Now we're going to go to the former number 2 ranked team in the nation, whose coach has found ways year after year after year to lose games that he should have won on his way to attaining a national title. And it is yet to happen. And once again, yesterday he relied on the broken noodle arm of one Carson Beck, former Heisman candidate in Georgia, who they said was back in the Heisman race again. Well, now he's no longer in the Heisman race after throwing 4 interceptions against a piss poor Louisville team. Not that they're piss poor, but anyways.
I was about to say, I was like, Louisville's not that bad.
How do you throw 4 interceptions in one game?
A piss poor Louisville team. Not that they're piss poor.
Yeah, I was like, they're not
But how
that
do you
bad.
throw 4 interceptions?
That's
in a
druggy
game?
as hell. I'm not saying you're ugly, but
I just don't understand. Mario just finds ways to Mario it every single year. Is it the curse?
Oh, as Coach Coop put on it in a post game yesterday, earlier today or last night, he said, at this point, he's like, I think as Miami fans, we're just cursed. I think he put it best. I think they're just like, at this point, they're just like, fuck us, like just we can't have good things.
I was on my Cowboys pregame tailgate space earlier, and my guy that runs it, he's a Miami alum, and they were talking about the game, the Cowboys game today coming up, and I said, yeah, just as long as they don't throw Carson Beck in there at quarterback. And he's like, Sean, you shut up right there before I come through this screen and kick your ass.
Damn.
He didn't like that.
It is amazing because this is what Miami does. I'm not every year, but Miami, like when they're good, man, you look at their stadium, you're like, hey, they have a fan base that shows up. Holy shit. Then they do this right in front of that fan base, and then the fan base stops showing up, and then they suck. So it is like a curse at this point for Miami. It literally is like a curse. And they purposely, someone's doing inside bet trading, like some sort of trading or something like that, or betting, and like literally screwing over the entire fan base.
No, Nevin Shapiro sold their soul for them. Like he gained.
Have you guys seen Nevin's podcast? He has a podcast now. It's insane.
He
Give him Miami podcast.
Through some shady parlor trick, he gained access to Miami fans' soul, and he bartered it for 3 hours on a private yacht. And that's why you guys can't have anything nice anymore. Never.
It's something that Miami will also have to live with. Is as Oregon fans, we can shit on Mario Cristobal if we want, because shockingly, Cristobal himself didn't do anything that I'm aware of yesterday in that game to cost them. It's not like he didn't take a knee and they fumbled or something like that. It wasn't one of those situations, or ran a play or something like that. It wasn't one of those situations. It was just
he did. If you
they were losing the whole time.
No, that they were lining. They were ready to kick a game tying field goal. Zero reason. They were well within range, and he all of a sudden decides to do a James Franklin, Drew Aller screen, and it gets picked off. It was identical to the Drew Aller throw against Oregon.
Did you see Carson Beck basically blame the entire thing on the receiver?
Yeah.
In the post-game press?
Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch that part of the play, because I told you at the end they were doing instead of doing not necessarily a Hail Mary, they did a nice play at the end. The receiver didn't step out of bounds with 2 seconds left, and instead he lateraled it backward, which let the clock run out. And it was like, why did you do that?
Because with the minute and a half they had the ball, and all they had to do
No. This is when this is what I'm saying. This is on the last play when they did 10 seconds left, and they got a catch, and they did 15 yards, and they had 2 seconds left. Instead of stepping out, though, the receiver lateraled it backwards, and then the clock ran out. And I'm like, Why didn't you step out of bounds? Or something like that, I believe. Unless I'm mixing up games.
The
I
game
could be.
was
I,
over
you
when
know,
he threw
who
the
fucking knows?
interception with a minute left, though.
Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, no, they still had a last chance or something. But I mean, the point is, it's just a curse of Cristobal. It's a curse of Cristobal. Like, this is why you can't have nice things. This is why you cannot have nice things. So everyone always laughs about, remember, Oregon lost that Stanford game after we beat Ohio State. Multiple things went into that game, but it still should have never been a loss. That's these types of scenarios. This is what Cristobal does once a year at least. This is what he does.
He's just generally a terrible game manager, and it's just going to eventually bite you in the ass over the course of the season. Like that's just. I mean, the only way it won't hurt you is if you just dominate everyone.
But this is where it also collapses. This is where it collapses because they had been really good. Just like last year, they lost one game, and then it kind of unraveled. Like right before everyone's eyes, it just kind of unraveled. Who does Miami have next?
Miami.
They've got Syracuse. Who else they've got? They're going to end the season with Pitt. They've got Virginia Tech the week before rivalry week.
Oh, that's right. And then this week they have Stanford. Cristobal's nemesis.
Yeah.
November 15th.
Mm-hmm. Stanford's one of those jobs we haven't talked about. No one's talking about who's going to accept that job.
That's an interesting job. That's one of those really interesting jobs where it's like, who do you get? Because you got Frank Reich to stamp in for a year. Andrew Luck's the GM. Some people have shouted out David Shaw, getting him back, but I'm like, I don't think he'd want to go back to do that. Who does a team like Stanford get?
Oh no.
I don't have a good name.
Frank Reich for a minute.
It takes a different kind of person to excel in that job. David Shaw.
Well, Rick is only supposed to be the 1 year. Now, if he does good, maybe he wants to stay. But as far as I know, this is literally just a favor to be a stand-in for a little bit. Now, I know Dave just said, Dad, just let Andrew Luck be it, but maybe.
One name I would like if he isn't able to make it through his current job is Dave Aranda. If Baylor decides they're tired of him, I think he would be a good fit.
Oh yeah,
you've already succeeded at a solid. You've already had reasonable success at a solid academic institution. You know what it's like. Not that Baylor is Stanford. It's not.
No, that's not. I think that's actually pretty decent name to throw out there. I think that would kind of fit Stanford a little bit. Stanford is just such a unique place. Kind of like Notre Dame, kind of like Georgia Tech. Like you have to have like those the right guys that fit. So I don't have a good name for Stanford. To quite honestly, I have no one that really kind of like pops out where I'm like,
it's Andrew Luck's job. He's got to find the guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, he's got a unique role in college football.
Well, he has apparently the most power as a GM in college football. Let's put it that way.
Well, he should. I mean,
oh yeah, he's a Stanford legend, so of course he's kind of granted some of that right. I don't have a great name for a Stanford potential coach. This is something I'm going to have to think about this one. This is It's actually kind of a tricky one. Like we just talked Florida. We just talked about Florida and Penn State, and we could name like 7, 8 people.
Mhm.
And it was Stanford. You're like, I don't know.
And I mean, like, it's a different situation too because they hired a successful FCS coach from a different type of school. I mean, he was a local guy, but that doesn't really matter that much at Stanford.
Which was funny. His first game was his first loss. It was against his old team in Sacramento State. That was kind of funny.
That was funny.
Absolutely, but yeah, like Sacramento State as an institution is not anything like Stanford at all. So
no, he did leave that. He left that school in a good place. They were winning, so he left him. Troy Taylor, he left him in a good place, and then he took over for David Shaw.
They're not winning that much right now. So there's probably not even like a California FCS school that you can even go to, even if that was your.
You know what? Any of the academy of coaches would probably be a good grab for Stanford. You imagine like a Calhoun at Stanford.
Well, how about it? Would they entertain the idea of a Ken Neo Matalolo?
That could be interesting.
Oh yeah, Ken Matalolo, he'd be great for Stanford.
Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
He's at San Jose now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're doing pretty decent. I mean, they lost to Central Michigan, who's awful, which I don't get, but that was week 1.
Yeah, and the Mountain West does have some interesting names that could be taken a look at. That's why I said the academy coaches too. I think that would be obviously former academy coach. Yeah,
maybe 6-0. I guess I don't think they played anybody at all, but.
Yeah, I'm just saying you see the standard, the work ethic that they put in. That's kind of the guy Stanford wants. They want that type of guy. So I could see there's some good options. There are some good options there. Is Toby Gerhardt coaching anyone?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I was like, I don't think so.
Nothing I know.
It's like I don't think Toby Gerhardt's coaching anyone. Could you imagine Andrew Luck just compiling all former Stanford players and just building?
Pritchard is like the quarterback's coach for the Commanders now.
We're gonna have David DeCastro come in. He's going to be the OC and the offensive line coach. We're gonna have Richard Sherman. He's going to be the
secondary coach,
secondary and spiritual.
Hey, and I'll tell you what though, Frank Reich has beaten Cal and powerhouse Florida State in the same year.
He's not beaten Cal this year yet. They haven't played Cal.
Oh,
yet.
That's right. They played the last game. I always forget that.
Second to last.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
they played Notre Dame last.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Let's see what Wright can do. If he pulls off a couple close losses and one more like upset, you never know. Maybe he wants the gig, and maybe they're like,
I think this was just it's kind of set in stone. Like Reich's not going to be the guy.
well, no, he's supposed to be a stand-in. He's supposed to just be a temporary stand-in and fill in the gap for the right now. He's kind of a favor. Basically, that's what they said. It was basically a favor.
So yeah. I mean, like the greatest backup quarterback in history.
Ouch.
He's also an ideal backup coach right now. He's doing exactly what he did for the Buffalo Bills and for Maryland when he led.
Maybe Andrew Luck hires himself in the end.
What was it? Frank Reich at 2 different points. He backed up Boomer Esiason at Maryland. Boomer went down, and then he led the largest comeback in college football history.
In NFL history.
And then NFL, he had the largest comeback in both sports, and he wasn't the starter on. So could he do that right now? Like would Stanford getting to bowl eligibility be like considered one of the greatest comebacks.
Let's see.
College.
Well, Stanford is 3-4 right now. With, as we've noted,
Dave, you
they
got
just beat Florida State. Now they have Miami, Pitt at North. Well, at North Carolina, probably a win. Pitt
At North, probably a win.
Pitt home against Pitt. That one's a little tougher. At Miami, I'm going to assume Miami will be a loss.
Yeah.
Home against Pitt, 50-50.
Yeah.
At North Carolina, that's probably a win. Cal, I don't even know if that's 50-50, but then they are home against Notre Dame, but that definitely would be I definitely note that, just jot that as a loss. So they could get to bowl eligibility.
Yeah.
They could get to 6 wins,
Hey, kitty. Hey,
which would
kitty.
be pretty phenomenal, actually, if they managed to get to 6 wins.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, considering what they were looked at in the first couple weeks of the season.
I mean, the
Yeah.
funniest thing is if they went undefeated the rest of the season and took out Miami and Notre Dame, that would be just absolutely. I'd be like, and the Stanford tree is the curse of the tree is back. Stanford tree would come back to X and be all over everyone's timeline talking shit.
What did they? They somehow won the ACC, made the playoffs.
Oh my! Could you imagine if they ended up somehow competing for the ACC title or something? I'd be like, what is happening right now? I'd be like, I hate Stanford so much, even though we don't have to play them. I still can't stand them.
Oh,
Revenge of the Nerds. All right. We got anything significant left to talk about? Because we went over a bunch of random topics all over the place, all over the board.
It.
Good show, boys.
The Ghost of Bill
Good
Walsh.
show. Oh,
The
really?
Ghost of Bill Walsh. Oh, there it is. There they are.
I just can't escape.
I mean, your stalker shows up like 3 hours late, but
I know, right?
yeah, at least they showed up, I guess. Oh, thanks, Dave. Nerd alert.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, if you're still watching this abysmal show that we attempt to put on every week, God help you and Godspeed. But please like, subscribe, and if you feel up to it, give us a small donation. The link's on the bottom at the After Dark Show, courtesy of Ben and myself. We try to do this every week, put out content. I'm going to attempt to do some content this week. God help us all. I'm going to attempt to make a TikTok for us and start doing some shorts and stuff.
And I will not be associated with that TikTok at all.
Yes, you will.
No, I will not be. Absolutely not. No, I agree. Yeah, don't. For us, yeah, please hit the like quick. Consider subscribing to the Quack and Owl channel here for Oregon content and the After Dark Show every week. But also, like Spaz said, in the description, there's some our Twitter account. Follow us there if you want to do any donations. You don't have to. We just appreciate the thumbs up and the subscribe more than anything. But this does also go directly to help Spaz get the game. This is true too. I mean, no one else is paying for that shit. So someone's got to get the money for it, right?
Oh shit.
But everyone here, Sean, once again, your links have been dropped. Where can people find you? And what are you looking forward to this week or this next weekend coming up with Ohio State?
Quit.
Well, I'm looking forward to a restful bye week.
Oh, well, then no one cares. No one cares. Shut up. No.
I'm looking forward. I am a resident of the state of Michigan, and this is Michigan State 8 week, I guess. State sucks. Michigan is okay.
He's
I
going
think
to
the
go
game
rape,
will be-
pillage, and plunder the dorms in Michigan.
It is-
Lock your doors and hide your daughters.
I cannot. I mean, if State pulls it off this week, which I think they have a chance at, a small chance at, but that's going to be that's just going to be all I want to talk about next week at this time. So you can look forward to that. If MSU beats,
If MSU wins, that'll be hilarious. But I don't.
I mean, yeah,
Fuck Michigan State.
They're not going to beat Michigan.
What?
Michigan's. I don't know. I mean, like, Michigan State's not that bad either. They're just not any good.
Michigan State is bad right now.
I mean,
They're
they
really bad.
It's so weird that they ride on Ohio State's coattails a lot.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not 2015 anymore. So Mark D'Antonio is not walking through that door. Yeah, he probably is actually walking through that door all the time. But yeah. So you see me. Yeah, that's all we have to say. You got my social links. And yeah, looking forward to kind of a bad week in college football coming up this week. I don't think there's a lot of great games, but definitely looking forward to that.
That just means upsets are coming, Sean.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I could take a restful weekend though, because after looking at the schedule again yesterday, I was like, oh shit. And with Friday now, I was like, man, there are some good games.
I feel like the last 3 weekends though have all been just like complete bangers. Like they've just been like crack.
Don't say that word in front of Spurs.
Yep. So,
all right, then, Will, where can people find you again if they want to follow you besides
Tomorrow
being here like a crackhead?
Jeffrey, on Will ND and Marcus_era on X, and then if you care about my personal life, Klowski414.
Got the links in the chat, all right there.
I am going to go stalk Will on his social media and save every photo. Okay. All right, Jackson, you've got 1 minute.
All right, you can check me out on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, where Jeffrey only talks sports. Myself will be joined by Lucas Hill at South Carolina at the Voice of College Football Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow night and Tuesday night, I'll be joined by Crimson Coverage owner and founder Brody Smoot to discuss the latest in Alabama recruiting and where Mark Rogers has ranked Alabama, the AP poll, and the coaches poll entering Week 9, Tuesday night on Alabama Primetime Live. Then Thursday night, Jeffrey and I take your calls, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And Saturday, we've got the Alabama-South Carolina postgame show where we go over our take on the postgame takeaways against the South Carolina Gamecocks. Plus, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I'm 286 subs away from that magic number 1,000, where I host numerous episodes of the Jacksonian, all over 17 episodes away from that magic number 100. And for more updates, what I've got going on the Jacksonian, Alabama with the Voice of College Football, appearances on Lockdown West Virginia, Mountaineer Paul on Jackson's World College Football, and the weekly appearances on the Feinbaum Show, where the weekend sports pauses. Check me out on Jacksonville CFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram and Facebook, Jackson Johnson 543908. Did I beat the buzzer?
I don't know. I wasn't timing it. I just wanted to see how fast you would rant. Pretty close. Pretty close.
Are you on legitimate Feinbaum After Hour, or are you on the Twitter Feinbaum After Hour?
I call
With
on the
AJ.
Feinbaum. I call on the Feinbaum Show once or twice a week.
The one on ESPN, SEC Network.
Yeah, he's still at SEC Network, but if he does decide he's going to enter the Senate, then that kind of opens up my schedule a hell of a lot. I'm going to hate it, but then at the same time, I'm going to go because I've been trying to get somebody from a network you're familiar with on the Feinbaum Show, but because like But if Peter Burns takes over that spot, then I'll be like, okay, we're good. Peter Burns, get this thing ready.
So yeah, I mean, like legitimately, does Feinbaum think he has any chance? Because like, hey,
he's in
like-
Alabama. He'd fucking win. Like that's the
I was
thing.
like,
though. It's like-
Tuberville was successful.
I think Tuberville was bragging to Pearl and Feinbaum about some certain stuff out there. I won't go to any.
I cannot wait for the Paul Feinbaum Bruce Pearl primary. Oh god, that is just primary debate. I don't think you're going to.
I think he was bragging about getting money from certain countries.
It'd be like must-watch TV. I would watch that, and I don't even live in Alabama. I would watch it though. I would just be like, yeah, this has to happen.
I'll be like laughing, and then I'm just gonna go, "Oh shit, this is literally my state." Fuck.
This is what it's come to. All right.
No, and honestly, we should have like the worst callers of the Feinbaum show moderate that debate.
Oh, it must be like must-watch reality TV.
Oh my god.
Wait.
I would be so fucking embarrassed if that happens for my state, which I'm sure it would.
Aunt Florence from Shelbyville. What's your question?
When are we getting the fuck rid of DeVore?
Oh god.
We'll keep it to the context of the questions provided, and only ask what you are not. You were called upon to ask. Our backup running back should take the center stage. What do you think? Thanks, Shelby. Bye. All right. Anyways,
Nets on the line.
Oh God. Oh yeah. It's Stu from Auburn. What do you have to ask, Stu? Feinbaum sucks. War Eagle. You know?
Jeez.
Just it would
You
just
can't balance. You can't balance those glasses on your head. How are you supposed to balance our budget? All right.
It'd be a short, just a short clip bonanza.
I want to know which one of you gonna get the government out of my Medicare.
Stop.
All right. Now YouTube's gonna really hate this show.
All right, I gotta end this.
I was gonna say you gotta end it. You're gonna end the cat. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, all right. Well, I appreciate it, everyone here. Hopefully, we'll see you next week after a less intensive week of college football. We'll see. It's like we'll see.
I'll see you Tuesday night, man.
Yep. Monday night, bitch.
Quacking off.
Monday
night. Quacking
off. Oh yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah.
God, Spaz, I don't even know what
Bye,
day
guys.
of the week it is.
See y'all next week.
Spaz. And yeah, final reminder, as Spaz mentioned, on Exploring Ben and Sam channel right here on YouTube tomorrow, Monday night, or I guess today if you're Central or Eastern time, the happy hour hangout is open panel, and we'll come on and we will talk nonsense because there's a bunch of shit that has pissed me off this week, and I'm about to let loose even worse.
All right.
Just wait. So, thank you everyone for being here. Jackson, Will, Sean, Hummus Hero in the chat, Dave, our Stalker Doak cheerleader, Frankeny dropped in, Trojan Fight, and we had Clint Moses, and I can't scroll up enough. We had several other Trojan fans, so we appreciate all of you guys coming in. BTH, I believe it was. Appreciate everyone. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe to this channel, watch content, and join us every Sunday right here on the After Dark Show. And in fashion, it's still never a bad time to say it.
Fuck Washington.
God damn right. Fuck Washington.